All right, everybody. Appreciate all of you tuning in for this one. We've got 2 college games on the docket today, plus Game 7 of the World Series later tonight. We're starting off with a game that you guys decided we are doing. Navy against North Texas. A great game on our hands on paper. Navy undefeated, not in the top 25 despite that. 7-0. North Texas 7-1. Coming off that dominant win over Charlotte, where Drew Mestamaker had one of the greatest performances by any quarterback all season, with over 600 yards passing. We will see what happens today as we kick off Week 10 of the college football season with what should be a great game in the American Conference. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. My name is JaredGary9. If you have never been to one of these streams before, how it works is like this. Fire one in the chat, any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation to get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see. We're going to do live play-by-play and color commentary on the game. Vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this one, Navy or North Texas? If you are a member, you can share us for either one of these teams using the emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for Navy, and we got the emojis for North Texas. Every donation counts triple toward you make the call. You're going to help me decide which game we are calling on Wednesday night. Kent State, Ball State, or NIU, Toledo. This is the place to watch college football this season. I appreciate all you guys being here for this one. So, we see got Mono with a 3er, a poll request. I'll put that poll up. Just let me know which game you want. I'll put the poll up once this game starts, and we will do just that. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you guys had a happy Halloween and a safe Halloween. Frank, be with you, my man. Fulham up 1-0. All right, that's good. Bit of a shock in the FA Cup. Brother Select Will Team once again. Oh, jeez. Most don't feel ever. All right, that's good at least. So at least you got something. Yeah, we're in for a great treat today. We are in for a very good treat today as we kick off November with what should be a great game in the American Navy. Undefeated. You figure a win here gets them in the top 25 for the first time all season. Navy 42-32 win over FAU last time out. North Texas, their one blemish was that game against South Carolina. You want NIU Toledo? All right, get you on NIU Toledo. Appreciate you, man. Also do this thing every Thursday night called Live Band Karaoke, where for $50 I'll sing any song you want me to. For $25, there is a song that is half off, and we're going to determine the song that's half off based on spinning this wheel. Dion Dunn in Colorado for the season. No, he brings in so much money for Colorado. You're surprised when I'm on board? Yeah, it was a crazy finish to make the call. Absolutely crazy finish. Yeah, Flacco going to start. That's good. That's good for the Bengals. Let's spin this wheel, and then we're going to start this game. The song that is half off for this stream and this stream only is going to be Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. South Carolina? No, I did not say South Carolina. But Colorado, I think Dion is more than safe. All right, kickoff here. North Texas in the green. They're going to get it to start. They're going to take it from their own end zone. We're underway here at the 10. 15-20. Return to the 24-yard line. And that is where Mestamaker and this offense is going to start. This game is on YouTube. Oh, man. Yep, if you're here because of the outage right now with ESPN YouTube TV, my condolences. But I'm going to keep you updated, do some live play color commentary on the game. Thoughts of Keem McDaniel for the rest of the season? I think it's a bad move. Really bad move. It's they don't have any leadership right now. McDaniel's a lame duck. Yeah, that's the worst thing he could do. Mestamaker, 37 for 49 last game, 608 yards. North Texas flying offensively last game as they had 754 yards of offense. So this is going to start with a gain of about 15, maybe 14, right up the middle. It goes for Caleb Hawkins, the true freshman back, going some tempo here. I'll put the pull up at the commercial break. Gain of 14 and a first down. Hawkins, leading rusher on the team, 547 yards this season, 7 touchdowns, 6.2 yards per carry. Mestamaker screen pass, that's caught behind the line to the 40 and out of bounds to the 42-yard line. Called a gain of 5 for Wyatt Young, the sophomore wideout. They're going with a lot of tempo so far. Brings up 2nd and 5. That's 5 passing yards for Mestamaker to start off against 608 last time out. Mestamaker this season, one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Nearly 2,500 yards of passing, 21 touchdowns, 4 picks. We're watching ESPN2. This game is on ESPN2. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his left, back to his right now. Going to hand it off to the side, now cutting up the middle, it's Hawkins. That is going to be close to the 6 to the 47-yard line before he's taken down on the play by Coleman Cawley. They're going to give him the yardage. They'll give him the yardage. How's it going, Allie? Appreciate you tuning in. And McDaniel just not a good leader. They're going to hand off again, going quick. Once again, Hawkins gets down to the 45 of Navy. So they've run 4 plays already the first 75 seconds with that running clock. And Hawkins gets 8 that time. North Texas last game, 146 yards on the ground. Hawkins had 48 rushing yards, Sibley with 71. Average about 5 yards a carry, over 5 yards a carry, I should say. Navy last time out against FAU. Did a good job stopping the run. Less than 3 yards to carry for the Owls. Out route here, 40-35, first down, and out of bounds to the 31-yard line. And North Texas in business on this opening drive. Terrence Lewis, the true freshman. Wide out. Get about 15. Hopefully Bots can give us a totally safe way to watch the game. Yep. McDaniel is leader of men, yeah. What happened in their football season? Because they know they have leverage. That's why. They know they got the leverage. It sucks it's like that, but they know they have leverage. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Also, ESPN wants you to get you to buy the app instead, their direct-to-consumer app. Head off here, nothing doing, stuffed by Griffin Willis, the junior defensive lineman, on that run up the gut. First play of the day that did not get yardage for North Texas. Brings up 2nd down. And Navy last time out against FAU allowed 69 yards rushing, under 3 yards a carry. Longest run for FAU was 8. North Texas already has a few runs like that today. Middle of the field, that ball's caught to the 15, to the 10, and spinning down to the 8-yard line. And they're in a goal-to-go situation. This North Texas offense, so high-tempo, gain of 23 on that one over the middle of the field. That's Wyatt Young, 190 yards last time out. Going to go quick handoff here, touchdown. Up the middle. Hawkins, his 8th of the season. A phenomenal drive for North Texas. 8 plays, 76 yards, 3:03 off the clock. And the Mean Green with a mean touchdown drive right there, picking up right where they left off for scoring 54 against Charlotte last week. Making easy work of Navy on the opening drive of the game. No answers by Navy for their tempo. Why is Pipson so hard as late? So it's funny, I play Pips all the time. Exploit is good. It's gotten harder. It's not you, it's gotten harder. I was able to solve this one. McAfee is on his chair right now. I was able to solve this last one in... I always start with the hard one. Medium is... Easy is still easy. Medium has gotten a bit tougher, but still pretty good. Hard is tough. I did 336. I got in 336. As it takes off the shirt as is tradition. Penn State missed the bowl games for the clean house. Well, they already did. Franklin's gone. They fired James Franklin. So, they already clean house. If you like what we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, helps out a ton on the channel. I'm going to put Mon's poll up, and then I'll close it afterwards. And join me later today for Georgia, Florida. Be live for that one. How much you home for more competitive games tomorrow? As long as the Jaguars game is... As long as the Jaguars win, I don't care. Well, you drunk right now? Yeah, I think a lot of people are hungover from last night. A lot of people are hungover. Yeah, Pips has definitely been harder. Yeah, it's not just you. They definitely up the difficulty. I used to be able to do a hard puzzle in under a minute. Now it takes like 3 minutes to do it. Yeah, Marshall's back today against Vandy. Should be an interesting game. I have Vandy winning. Again, I think Texas better with Arches not playing. I don't think they win that game last week against Mizzou. Or not Mizzou. They won against Mississippi State last week. If he's playing at the end. As long as the Bills are not really care either. Yep. I mean, it's going to be more competitive. Chase Bills at least we got. A fully clean house? I mean, they will, yeah. I mean, new coaching staff's going to bring in his guys. So, yeah. Queen Sanger Zip? I've not heard of that. Oh, but Arch 11 seconds in. Holy crap. All right, wow. 11 seconds in, Texas scores. Yep, the opposite hungover, yep. Wait, I didn't watch some Looney Tunes, yep. 7-0 your score. Navy going to try to respond on their first drive of this game. Navy last time out against FAU put up 42, and a big reason why was because their ground game was magnificent. As you might expect from Navy, 397 yards on the ground last game, 7.1 yards per carry, multiple players for Navy, above 140 yards rushing. Now, North Texas, to their credit, last week against Charlotte, granted, Charlotte's not a good team, but held them to under 4 yards a carry. They can do that here. They're going to be in a pretty good spot. Penn State's roster enters the transfer portal? Oh, a lot. A lot of the roster is going to enter the transfer portal. I'd say about 50%. How much do I pay for ESPN? I do the bundle. I'm on a family package, so I do the bundle with ESPN, Disney Plus, and Hulu. I do that one. Connect the dots game. Promise I have to fill every square in the grid. You could easily hit ads. Oh, okay. There's a game like that called Flow. I do that. There's a game called Flow that I've been playing for a while. We got like a 2,100 day streak on that one. Started when since COVID. I have like a huge streak there. It's like Flow. I know what that is. And Navy, the only undefeated team in FBS this season that is not ranked. You figure a win here today gets them in, but the American right now cannibalizing itself in terms of that group of 5 spot, leaving the door wide open for a potential Mountain West champion or James Madison. Kickoff here, fielded at the 3-yard line and taken out. Here we go to the 15 and brought down at the 21-yard line. 18 yards on the return, and Navy going to start this drive just outside their own 20. It's able to go to 2 shoots pirate, yeah. It's also too just better for like the stream quality is better. Have Jays win tonight? We'll see what happens. We're gonna be live for Game 7. Percent starting for Arizona versus Dallas. Yep, just got announced by Schefter. Yeah, I think Kyler. We're nearing the end of the road for Kyler in Arizona. So Blake Horvath The quarterback, the senior quarterback, last time out, 8 for 12, 83 yards. But also was a beast on the ground. Gonna get down to the 26th there, gain of 5. Horvath, 83 yards passing, about 174 yards rushing. You know how Navy operates. Service Academy team, triple option team, relying on the ground attack, and they're going to huddle. They want to take time off the clock. North Texas wants to go quick offensively. The scorebug, it's better for college than it is for the NFL. Not that it's saying much. Just a couple, hope I didn't miss much. All good. Let's go. How's it going, Cal Dog? Appreciate it tuning in. College final season in Arizona? Could be. Could be. Why they just been pretty on air the whole time? I don't know. Chapman in motion, handoff up the gut to the 30, 31, and that's going to be a first down. At the 32-yard line. Gain of 6, so 2 runs for Navy so far. 11 yards, and that's a first down. They send Chapman in motion, hand it off up the middle. And Navy 397 yards of offense last time out against FAU. This game over on ESPN2. Appreciate all you guys being here. Again, if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe to this episode. It's on the channel. Ball at 32, 1 the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left, now motioning over. They're going to give the ball to Eli. Eli on the reverse to the 35. And we brought down the 37-yard line. Called a gain of 5 before he's taken down on the play by Devon Armstead, the red shirt senior, coming in from the box to make the play. Oh, I don't think Cal gets trade at the deadline. We're not going to see a quarterback at trade at the deadline. Tua next season, where does he play? I can see Vegas. I'm going to go Vegas. Yasaki's pitch count looks like huge liability. Yeah, but the problem is that Glasgow only threw 3. Everyone's stacked up inside now. 2nd and 5. Horvath hands it off up the gut. And they'll get down to the 40-yard line. Alex Teka, the senior runner, picks up 4 at the 41. Teka less about 55 yards rushing. One of 5 players on the team with over 15 yards rushing last game against FAU. Brings up 3rd and 1. Ball at the 41 again. Every donation counts triple to where you make the call. All good, JP. All good. Appreciate you, man. All good. Yeah, this has been a phenomenal World Series. I'm enjoying every second of this one. 3rd and 1. Horvath under center. Eli in motion. Going to just QB sneak it up the middle, and that's a first down to the 44. Needed 1, got 3. See, it doesn't remember Falcons territory. It does feel that way. Yeah. North Texas drive was quick. 3 minutes off the clock. This drive, 3 minutes off the clock, but very slow, methodical in terms of not a lot of chunk plays. That's a screen pass. First throw of the day, and Eli makes the grab for a gain of 2. Plays makes to be one of those guys who sucks on his first team, plays better with a new team. No, he's cooked. No, Tua is cooked at this point. Current college quarterback, not a first rounder, but can be a Tommy DeVito type in the NFL. I think Miller Moss could be potentially. I like Moss's potential out of Louisville. I liked him a lot when he was at USC at the Holiday Bowl. Army Air Force over 39.5. I like that. Buckeyes over 39.5. Wow, that's... I would smash that with how good Air Force's offense is. I like that. I think the hole is probably going to be Miami. Head up the middle, and they're going to get a flag on the play. It's a gain of 8 as things stand for Teka up the gut to get into plus territory, but what's the call here? What is the call here? Holding on the offense. So back it up 10 yards and redo the down. And now Navy, who has not gotten a big chunk play this drive thus far. Longest play of the drive has been 6 yards. It's funny. Murray could have a roll. Doesn't make sense. Then why would he... They're handling this very weird in Arizona. If you can have a roll, why is he not playing? Doesn't make sense at all. 2nd and 18. Yeah, Vanny's in trouble right now. Not a good start for the Commodores. One of the top 2 of the bomb, back to his left. Motioning over is Charles Robinson. Play action. Horvath. Screen pass. Caught by Teka, then blown up at the 33-yard line. Jacked up on the play. They read it all the way. Armstead on the stop. 3rd and 21. Otani, I think Otani's going to start. Right, Otani's going to start the game. That's how they're going to keep him. They're going to... Otani's starting the game. Ben Purvis, the left guard, couldn't set his block. And Armstead, the cornerback, his second tackle of the day, 3rd and 21. It's a disastrous start for the midshipmen. They're converting on 3rd down 54% of the time this season, but what do you have in the playbook for 3rd and 21? Horvath. They're going to send 4. That ball is bobbled and incomplete. Would have been short of the 6 either way. Jackson Gutierrez, the sophomore back, the intended target. And North Texas forces the stop. A perfect start for the Mean Green. And for that dominant win against Charlotte. 3-minute drive. And then you force Navy to not even cross midfield on their opening drive of the game. Otani 7 strikeouts, fly 1 horn. I'm not sure Otani gets 7 strikeouts. The punt here, not a great one, but it will take a good bounce. And that'll roll down to, we'll call it the 14-yard line. Could have been a lot worse. Jacob Carlson, the sophomore punter, took a very favorable bounce. And ends up being about a 54-yard punt. Works out pretty nicely. North Texas started their own 14. Last drive for UNT was magnificent. 8 plays, 75 yards, marched right down the field. And here we go. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, helps out on the channel. Well, it's weird on Murray's injury. Rappaport just said that he could have a role, that Murray could still play. So, like, I'm very confused by that. Like, how does that make sense? How's it going, Lou? Appreciate you tuning in. Again, if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe. Every donation counts. Triple toward you make the call. Help me decide which game we are calling, Navy or North Texas. Which game are we doing? Brissett's been a mixed bag. He's a decent backup. Yeah, appreciate all you guys tuning in. Again, I'm assuming there's a lot of people here because of YouTube TV and their outage, but hopefully you stick around, and I appreciate you guys the time for being here. And we'll be live as well for the Florida-Georgia game. We'll also be live for World Series Game 7. We were live for every game in this World Series thus far. We got one more game on the docket to determine a champion. First time we're going 7 since 2019. Speaking of 7, North Texas leading 7-0. Both these teams with exactly 7 wins thus far. North Texas, their one blemish, that South Florida game where things just kind of fell apart in the second half. Well, 63-36. Since then, North Texas has been cruising. Their offense cannot be stopped. 55 points against UTSA, 54 against Charlotte. Yeah, about Murray. Rappaport said he might have a role in the game, which is bizarre. Like, how does he have a role in the game? North Texas, the story this season, tempo, high-flying offense. In their 8 games this season, they've scored 369 points. Do the math on that. They're averaging over 46 points per game. And they have not played cupcakes in that stretch by any means. 46 points per game. They've scored at least 33 in every single game this season. Conversely, Navy has not allowed 33 in a game all year. Now, Navy's defense has not been the best as of late. Their last 3 games, they've allowed 31, 31, 32. But you got a team that scored 33 every game against a team that has allowed less than 33 every game. You got to take it now and come back? Yep. I mean, because they don't know where the host site, they don't know where the host is. It's not America. Mr. Split screen from YouTube recordings days over. It doesn't matter if they lose all their channels. Yeah, if they lose all the sports channels, that's the reason people have TV nowadays. Maybe emergency house, maybe. Buckeye spread, Longhorn spread, Miami spread. I like that. I think SMU might be the holdup. SMU is a good team. It's going to be a tough game. We'll keep tabs of that. Ball the 14-yard line here for North Texas. Last drive, got yards on every single play. Williams in motion. Going to start with a handoff up the middle. And Hawkins, with a touchdown last time, gets 5 there. Kenneth McShann on the stop at the 19-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 5. And Messamaker, the reigning AP Player of the Week. Caleb Now, a member, appreciate you, man. Which game do you want? Because you joined, you get a membership, you get money attached to one of the games. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you the call for it. How does I touch it? Yeah, I think it's going to be a long day there. Messmaker stepping up, going to throw on the run, middle of the field. That's caught the 35-yard line. Breaks 2 tackles to the 40 and brought down at the 43-yard line. Landon Sides. Over the middle there, gain at 24. Sides, 5 catches, 114 yards. Last time out, one of 3 players on North Texas last week with over 100 yards receiving. They'll go quick again on the screen, gain of 5. To Hawkins at the 48-yard line. Let's go Testicle Tech. I like that. I like that a lot. Makes it work how I'm supposed to watch the games. Appreciate you, man. Get every donation tripled. Dolphins are attend the post-game press conference. How quickly was down fired? Mid-conference. Second down, hand off to the side. Hawkins, first down, then some 45-40, 35-30, 25, brought down the 20-yard line. In the red zone once again on drive number 2. Philip Hamilton, the sophomore, on the stop. But it's a gain of 32. And North Texas once again in business. They've gotten yards every single play. Once again, go with tempo. In the flat, ball is tipped incomplete. First time they've stopped the clock today. cgiulianihpu gets his hands up there. The sophomore defensive lineman. North Texas fumbles with those pick donate membership. We'll see. Right now, 2nd and 10. First time today they're behind schedule. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom, back to his right. Yeah, I'd watch UFC. Yeah, I would. Pac-12 transfer outcome 6-5 years. I don't know about that, but I think they're going to be around there. 15 and screen pass down to the 11. Gain of 9. Wyatt Young, the sophomore wideout, makes it 3rd and 1. Southern American could be promoted to one of the Power 4 conferences. I think so, yeah. Absolutely. I could see North Texas eventually in the Pac-12. Head over the middle, but you mean Power 4? I don't know about Power 4, but well, Memphis could potentially. Gain of 3 and a first, up the gut at the 8-yard line. You have nutty fans. There you go. And now they're going to slow it down. North Texas, super efficient in the red zone this season. Over 80% in the red zone. Hand off to the side. Hawkins has 1 touchdown today, and he'll be brought down the 3-yard line after a gain of 5. And Navy has not crossed the 50 so far, 11 minutes into this game. While North Texas has got the maximum number of yardage possible. They got a Mean Green team that has scored 33 or more in every game, 46 points per game this season, one of the top offenses in FBS. They'll slow it down once they get inside the 10. One of the top 2 of the bottom, back to his left here. Mestamaker, pressured, throws out the back of the end zone. In the direction of Cameron Dorner, the senior wideout. But incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Dorner, first target for him today, had 117 yards receiving last time out. And North Texas, over 750 yards of offense against Charlotte. Compare that to FAU, who had a very good 450 yards of offense against Navy last time, but obviously that's a 450 versus about 750 is a very different ball game. I will say Navy did not do a great job stopping the pass last game against FAU. Head up the gut, Hawkins, and touchdown. Trucks the guy for his 2nd of the day. Hawkins, his 9th of the season. North Texas rolling to start this one. 10 plays, 86 yards. Got our Air Force on right now. Nice. 13-0 your score. And a perfect start for the Mean Green. Picking up right where they left off offensively. They've now scored 68 points in their last 5 quarters of football. Extra point is right down the middle. 14-0. Mean Green trucking along. There you go. What a start Hawkins lowering the shoulder, breaking the tackle there by Navy from Giuseppe Sessi. We got two from Gamas and Navy feeble losers, just consolation. All good. I don't call the Navy feeble losers, but again, they're undefeated this season. But people did not have them ranked. There are a lot of question marks about why they weren't ranked. But you win today, you get ranked, but so far, not a great performance by the Naval Academy in the slightest bit. So Miami's going to score a touchdown over SMU. Nice seam play there. The traitor. Corley Kyle, I like the pun. You had to be a lesson pun. I love it. You had to do it. He'll appreciate that. Appreciate that when he's older. Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl title this year. Yes, they will. The Super Bowl title. Yes, they will. 14-0 your score. And so far, Mestamaker picking up right where he left off from the last game against Charlotte. 6 for 8, 79 yards passing, averaging 10 yards per attempt. In the last time against Charlotte, AP Player of the Week, 37 for 49, 608 yards. Oddly enough, QBR, the ESPN stat, you want to know how much of a sham that is, was 42.9. It's on a 1 to 100 scale. Mestamaker's QBR last week was 42.9. I don't know how that's possible when you throw for 608 yards, win by 34, but that was what was nonetheless. Miles Cohen playing. He has not been targeted today. He was back at practice. I have not seen him out there. I like Arrow Rodgers like that. He was back at practice. I've not seen him out there. 6 to 8 yard game happened in college. Why wouldn't it happen in the NFL? I mean, it can happen in the NFL. Problem is that the defense, also the speed of the game in college is faster in terms of the tempo. Like you're not running. How long college games are? 3.5 hours. Right, just throw nonsense, yeah. Teams usually, they go to the line quicker versus in the NFL. It also depends on the defense for the other side. 600-yard game could happen in the NFL. The problem is that you need a bad defense on both sides. You need both teams to be allowing a lot of points. So you have to throw the ball. Because usually you're going to get benched. Once the new Pac-12 forms, who will be the biggest conference in the spherical group of 6? I think it will be the Pac by a hair. There's a clear top 2, a clear second 2, a clear third 2, if that makes sense. So SEC Big 10 are the top 2. ACC Big 12, that's the next tier. The tier after that would be Pac-12 and the Mountain. I mean Pac-12 and the American. Then Sun Belt, or Mountain West, Sun Belt, and then CUSA MAC. By 14-0 your score. I don't know why my clock was running. My apologies on that. Kickoff field the goal line, taken to the 10, 15, and brought down the 17-yard line. Not much on the return by Isaiah Bryant, the junior for Navy, and they're going to be starting this drive inside their own 20. 52-yard field goal for Air Force. Wow. West Virginia won triple option. Desperate times for the Mountaineers. Yeah, that's a team that needs a clean house. Blow it up and start over. First down to 17 for Navy. Last drive did not cross the 50. Material zone tier of the conference. They're going to spread it out 3 wide the bottom, back to his left. Horvath. Well, there was a jump. I think North Texas jumped on that one. Richard Outland, the nose tackle, jumped into the neutral zone. Well, we got a few more days of the political ads. Thank God. Neutral zone. There's 6 quarterback. Yeah, it's been a rough season in a lot of ways. I got the bot. I got the bot. 1st and 5. bots are annoying. Yep. I've got them. I've got all the bots. 1st and 5. Trips to the bottom. Same formation as last time. Back to his left. Chapman in motion. Horvath going to run the speed option. And he will get the first down. Breaks the tackle. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45 down to 42. Great start for Navy. Much needed start to this drive. Patrick Smith-Young on the stop. It's a gain of 36. They run the speed option. Fake the get to Tech, and then Tech sets a beautiful block on Trey Fields, the linebacker. Horvath going to throw. Pressured. Can he escape the sack? He cannot. Brought down to 45. They go tempo. It does not work. 2nd and 14. At least the Transform fans have a purpose. They're rooting for another team. They have a purpose. Kevion Huddleston gets the sack there. He was due to break one, yep. Huddleston is team high, 4.5 sack this year. Outland also on the stop. Some redemption from the neutral zone earlier. 2nd and 14. 2 at the bottom. 2 in the backfield. Chapman in motion. They give to the side. Breaks the tackle. Eli gets down to the 41, maybe the 40. They get the yardage back, but they're suddenly faced with 3rd and long. When you're a triple option team, you cannot be behind the schedule. You cannot be behind schedule when you're a triple option team. It makes it very, very hard for obvious reasons. 3rd and 9. You wonder if it's 4-down territory here. Your defense needs a breather. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns allowed. You're in plus territory. You wonder if you're treating this as 2 plays to get 9 yards. 3rd and 9. Trips to the top of the screen, back to his left. Now motioning over goes Chapman. Horvath scrambles out. Gonna look to throw on the run. Fires. That's caught at the 28-yard line. Eli on the grab. And Horvath this season, 93 passing attempts, over 1,000 yards passing, so he can throw if need be. He's completed about 65% of his passes. That's a first down after a gain of 12. A nice out route there. Or corner route, I should say, before he's taken down by Will Jones. Can they pass the ball at all? They can, yes. They can. Horvath is not bad by Service Academy standards in terms of being able to throw the ball. Horvath going to keep himself, so he tucks it back, and he will pick up about 4. Terrell Washington, the sophomore defensive lineman, on the stop at the 24-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. To avoid the threat of Dodger Dynasty and lockout, this game is canceled. Yes, it should be. Don't check with your something creative and cooking. Create something yourself, be your own creation. I get it for cooking, though. I at least get it to some extent for cooking. It's like what do we need to put in? Like, I get it for, like, recipes. That's a fumble! Chapman can't get it! Chapman loses it on the exchange, and North Texas picks it up. A great drive for Navy is going to end in nothing. And the Mean Green will take over. As Horvath hands it off to Chapman on the jet sweep, and Chapman fumbles the ball. North Texas taking over with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. How this game win? North Texas Navy came back and they make the call. Someone donated over $200. So yeah, Chapman just couldn't get on the exchange. It was picked up immediately, or was touched immediately by Sadiq Clements. I think that was Knox that fell on the ball as well, but Clements, the one that made it happen. Ball to 25, final play potentially of this quarter, and it will be the final play. Gain of 5 on the pass. That's Trey Williams III, the tight end, his first grab of the day. You stick Navy soldiers to bear grip on things. Yes, you would. End of 1. It's all Mean Green so far. 14-0 over on ESPN2. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. I'll put a poll up. Who do you think wins this one? I get that, Pete. I definitely get that. You found YouTube stream flavor. Oh, boy. We got over 160 in the chat right now. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. This is the place to watch college football. We stream every single day. We stream 3 games every day. Today it's 2 because World Series, we're doing Game 7 tonight. But we stream constant college basketball starting up. We'll be live for Winthrop, Queens as well. The first game of the season, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, Messi can put some video game numbers for the area. He's got close to 100 yards passing already. After 600 yards last week, he has been so good. Yeah, they're good today. Then Hawkins, 2 rushing touchdowns. And the American wide open right now. South Florida, Memphis, Tulane, although Tulane just lost, North Texas, Navy. A lot of teams vying for that championship spot, potentially the group of 5 spot. Although they're cannibalizing each other. It does, technically. Technically it does, Nick. Yep. Well, Texas up 10-0. And they're driving. Worst announcers in the history of the networks? Yeah, I have. For college football, probably not. But there are some options for college. I mean, when you have like 50 games airing on the same day on the same network, family networks, you're going to have some bottom of the barrel guys. So 2nd and 5 when we get back. Right now, good start for the Vandy pick. Nope, Texas in the red zone. First, have a little shot at the college football play with a win? Yes. They do. The door is open for JMU, by the way. The door is wide open for JMU. They're loving this result right now. They are loving this. Big Ten Network for Michigan producer. Be watching the World Series tonight? Yeah. I think Michigan's going to... They should have Purdue. They should be able to win that game by double digits. I appreciate all you guys being here. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. Don't know how long it's up. Just soak up like an hour and 20 minutes because still feeling drunk. Halloween makes mortals of us all. The games right now are close. Ohio State's up 7-0, but it's not like it's very early. Upset pick for today: NC State over Georgia Tech. That's my upset. About 45 seconds left before we start the second quarter. It's pretty even in terms of who you think would win. How's it going on the go with CeeLo? One more will begin, then said NCAA football time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got the game tonight. And then Monday, the madness begins. I'll be live for Winthrop, Queens at 8 in the morning. Man, it feels good to be back. We're doing a lot of games. I know you're going to do a lot of games too. It's a crazy time. College basketball, college football, NFL. Touchdown Texas. They're up by 3 scores. How much? Yeah, it's not going to be a lot. It's tough to go like lower than what you've been. Stable last night? Nice. I was up to like 3 a.m. last night. Leftover pizza from my sister's Halloween party. You know, leftover pizza is still pizza. Yeah, Texas looking good so far. North Texas also looking very good. 70% around with the Mean Green to win this one. I missed 12 hour college basketball marathon. Me too. Yep. Tennessee, Houston, November 28th. That's going to be a great game. Could be a top 10 matchup. That's going to be a really good game. I'm excited for that. Second down here for the Mean Green. You appreciate all you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this episode, tell the channel. Another 4 items decision? Maybe. One of the top 2 of them. I'm in the pistol here. Mess to maker. Play action. Flushed out to his weak side. Chased and gets sacked at the 20-yard line. Navy need a big defensive play. They got it. Adam Clank on the stop alongside Lazard. It's a loss of 10. And North Texas, for the first time today, faced with 3rd and long. I realize we're overselling everything else. So that's a good joke. 3rd and 15. Going deep. There's a flag on the play. Out of bounds. Incomplete. Let's see what the call is here. It's offside on Navy, so that was a free play. Make it 3rd and 10. 3rd and 9, I should say, the 26-yard line. North Texas, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, but behind the 8 ball here. Faced with 3rd and long. One of the top 3 at the bottom, back to his right. Mess to maker. Texas up 17 out there. Looking darn good right now. Back goes over to his left now. Takes it. They're going to send 5. Messmaker flushed out. Has to find someone on the run. Just going to throw that ball away. And Navy's defense gets the stop. Say 1-2-2 if I think Navy's going to win. And they got the stop there. They got a good stop there. They needed that one. They needed that stop badly. And the first 2 drives result in touchdowns. North Texas going 3 and out here. Can't take advantage of the fumble. Yeah, Vanderbilt's in trouble. Down by 3 scores on the road, you're in trouble. Sawyer Evans on to punt for the first time today. That punt fielded and fair call at the 37-yard line. He only punted twice last game against Charlotte. It's about a 37-yard punt. And Navy taking over with decent starting field position near midfield. And that's the military? I get it. I get it. 10 seconds have the YouTube stream? Really? Wow. Yeah, watch it on my computer. That's probably why. Just watch it on my computer. I'm watching on the official thing. So there's no delay there. It's directly from the source. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left. Horvath. Last time, pretty good drive, but it ended with a fumble. Horvath going to keep himself to start. And he'll power outside, tackled out of bounds at the 42-yard line for a gain of 6. Ethan Wazlowski, the redshirt junior linebacker, on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Yep, Army-Navy for the Commander-in-Chief Trophy. Yep. And we'll be live for that game. We got a Hundo Jack to do that one, so we're doing that game in December, 1 month from now. Yeah, this is the last month of the regular season. Feels crazy. It's flown by. Week 10, there's 14 weeks of college football season before Conference Championship Week. Man. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Horvath, QB power, and North Texas stops him at the 45-yard line. Shane Witter on the stop brings up 3rd and 2. Maybe a Start Extra logo? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know the significance behind the Start Extra logo. Third and 2. Navy 2 drives. First drive across midfield. Second drive, fumbled. Have some momentum here after the stop that they got, the 3 and out. We can do a drive number 3. Handoff up the gut. That's a first down. Into plus territory. The 48 goes Teka. It's a gain of 7. Navy lose some emphasis in the driver's seat? Yeah. Yes, they are. Because 2 lost teams not getting in if you don't win the American. 3 losses, you're not getting the spot. 2 losses, you might get the spot with how good that conference is, but it's going to be tough. First down, the give to the side. Eli down to 44. Bit of tempo there, and 2nd and 6. Yep, no shift November starts today. We have a stoppage here, I believe, for an injured player. And that is Shane Witter, who is down. Shane Witter, the linebacker, is down. We got Kamikaze Zero with the 10er. Appreciate you, man. Long-time subscriber, first-time donor, UNT alum here. Go Mean Green. I appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mean Green look good so far. So it's not like an injury to Witter, but appreciate you a ton. So basically, your donation, it counts toward one of the games. You get to decide which game you want me to call on, You got to decide which game we're calling on Wednesday night. Do you want me to call Kent State Ball State or NIU Toledo? Which game do you want me to do? I appreciate you a ton. Oh, thank you so much, man. It means a lot to me. Which reason best and worst atmosphere? South, most, and west. Worst, west, best, south. I said, appreciate it, Starvey. Appreciate you a ton. Yeah, we stream all the time on this channel. A lot of college football games. NFL, we're live for all the games. We're live tomorrow for the Sunday night game as well. We're live for college basketball. MLB, we're going to be live tonight for the World Series. We do everything on this channel. We're going to be live for the Olympics. We did the 2024 Olympics. And we're serving some bias. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the tenner. I appreciate the $10 a ton. Help me decide which game we're calling. Kent State, Ball State, or NIU Toledo. Which game do you want me to do? I'll get you the call for it. A Moose Beer promo? Yeah, Charlie Whitehurst featured in 2017. God, the legend. I appreciate that a ton, Kamikaze. Appreciate that a ton. I appreciate all you guys that are subbing. We post videos every single day as well. Watch it on 2 accounts. Nice. Okay, make sure you hit that notification bell as well. Be live for the NBA All-Star game. I don't know. I might be. I've not decided yet. I don't think I wasn't live for it last year. Wait, that's the 15th, or February 15th. Kent State, Ball State, perfect. Get you on the call for it. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much. Get you on the call. Gets you a bonus too. Being first in the XP. Yeah, it was good. It did not look good. It did not look good for Witter. He looked like he was in pain. So, hopefully it's not as bad as it looked. But about 20 seconds left before we resume the commercial break. You might be left for the All-Star game. The slate of games for college, I think it's done by that point. It's like 1 game on for college. I think Texas wipes the floor right now, yeah. I didn't think they were at the start, but 3-score game right now, after 1, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Yeah, the All-Star game was disgraced last year. They had changed the format, though. It's USA against the world now. So it actually might... It might be better. They might try a little bit. One loss Miami make the playoff? Absolutely. 1 loss Miami gets in, no doubt about it. 2nd and 6. Horvath keeps himself spin move, and he'll get 2. Up the middle, Trey Fields at the 43-yard line makes the stop. Brings up 3rd and 4. Yeah, I think 1 loss regular season Miami. I think if they have 2 losses and one of them's in the regular season, one's in the ACC Championship, they get in. 2 loss regular season Miami, maybe not. How to a field goal? Yeah. Daytona 500 day? Well, that's the, Daytona's in the morning or afternoon. All-Star game's at night. Usually how, like, unless there's a rain delay, you can do both. Is NBC? I don't know. I think they are. Cincy, Utah? I got Utah winning that game. Horvath keeps himself there, faking to get to the side to Eli. He'll get the 1st down at the 38-yard line. The NBC's doing it. Yeah, ESPN doesn't do it. TNT had it last year, so I'm guessing it's NBC this year. Yeah, we're in the medical tent. Yep. Hopefully he's okay, but Horvath, nice job pulling him back on the jet sweep, faking it to Eli. Ball to 38. Horvath out. The flat's not there, so he's just going to have to eat the sack. But did he throw that ball before he got rid of it? He did. Cameron didn't see it, but Ethan Day on the hit. Incomplete pass. Looking play action in the flat, but covered all the way. Makes it 2nd and 10. It depends on weather. Yeah, that's the big thing. You never know with Daytona. You somehow able to get rid of that sidearm style. Had a guy in the area, so no grounding. It was out of the pocket, but got past the line of scrimmage. There was a guy in the area. No mention of the also visit Las Vegas sponsor patch. Oh, man. Can you imagine the irony in that? Oh, yeah, I do have, like, there are some where it's like, this is a speed option. Toss to Chapman, 1st down, nice juke move, stays in bounds at the 24-yard line. Though there were, like, there's some teams in Europe that have, like, Fulham had like a Visit Florida sponsor at one point. No injury, if any. Instagram bracket term the best review ever. Steve Largent lost the first round of TO. Yeah, they don't know ball. TO was great, but Steve Largent was a beast. First down at 24. There's not going to be like a 45-minute stoppage mid All-Star game this year to do a memoriam to Inside the NBA. It's in a show that is literally still on. You prepared for the rain delay? Yep, I think we all are. And time is called. Navy looks to make it a one-score game. A stoppage here. No indication of who took the timeout. There's no injured player. Are there reviews for targeting? I don't drink. And they're going to review this for targeting, I believe. Booth initiated review. Like Vader for the comeback? I do not, no. It's a tough environment to do it in. As we're reviewing this play, I haven't gotten a replay yet, so can't tell you what they're looking at just yet. Okay, here we go. It was on No. That can't be. No. Is that the... they're not reviewing for targeting. Okay, never mind. They're reviewing for forward pass. Never mind. I think they're reviewing for forward pass. They're not reviewing for targeting. I don't think. Yeah, no, it's not targeting. I think they're reviewing for a forward pass. But I think it's fine. I don't know what that review was. I couldn't tell you what that review was. I could not tell you what that was for. It looked like a, clean play all the way. There was no targeting. That looked like a regular old pitch. That was just a random stoppage. I can't explain that one. Can't explain it. We're back underway here. After whatever that was. Yeah, I didn't know either. Yeah. No idea what's going on. Too wide. They fake the reverse. Horvath pressured and will go down for the second time today. Brought down at the 30-yard line, loss of 6. There's a flag on the play, though. If this stands, it's Bryson Hayes on the sack, but what's the call? Holding on the defense. So wipe off the sack. Hart Brown's first line pizza, yeah. No, I'm not a Detroit style guy. I'm as a New Yorker. There's one way for pizza for me. So instead of a sack for a loss of 6, actually just pause, not a timeout, end of quarter, review, anything, just stop for a commercial break. That's incredible. Yep, got to get those CV timeouts soon. So big defensive holding call there, and yeah, that's the right call. The tug of the jersey. Davion Armstead. Drag the receiver to the ground. They'll run the speed option here. Horvath can't pitch it. Gets blown up immediately. And Ethan Weslowski on the stop. Loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Long drive here for Navy. 5 minutes off the clock. Listen to you for a bigger job. I'm going to say fiction. Though this is an interesting carousel. There's going to be a lot of good vacancies this year. He'd be a good fit. I mean, how they handled... Obviously, you lose your quarterback right before the season. Hey, handle that, like, magnificently. I mean, he's doing a heck of a job at BYU. Vandy's on the board. 2-score game. Now this guy got to stop. Chapman in motion. They're going to fake the speed option. Horvath going to keep himself brought down by the legs of the 10-yard line. Nice job on the fake to Chapman. And Weslowski once again on the stop. They'll get the yardage back lost from the last play. Brings up 3rd and 6. Manu and Force side it too. At least Fulham is Fulham's doing their job against Wolves, which, thank God. So I haven't been playing well lately, but Wolves is not good at all. And we are very grateful for that. 3rd and 6. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his left of Stecca. Play number 11 on the drive. Handoff up the gut. He'll get about 2. Eli brought down at the 8. Decision time here. Trey Fields on the stop. Do you go for it here? You're at the 8-yard line, 4th and 4. And they are not going to go. We're doing the World Series. We're going to do Georgia, Florida at 3:30, but we're going to do the World Series tonight at 8 o'clock. The best game is Tennessee, Oklahoma for college football tonight, but we're doing the World Series. And Kirkwood coming out to get Navy on the board, the senior kicker. Would still remain a 2-score game. 26-yard try for Kirkwood. He's perfect this year inside 40. And he will remain perfect. So Navy gets on the board with 7:14 left in the first half. They take about 7 minutes off the clock. But it remains a 2-score game. 14-3. Mean Green get it back when we get back. And if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe. Hit helps it. Oh, it's on. Oklahoma an upset. Ooh, I'm just not crazy about Mateer. Mateer makes too many mistakes for my liking. I think Aguilar is very underrated right now at Tennessee. That offense is starting to click. Everyone makes that kick except Riley Patterson. Yep, feels that way. It does feel that way at this point. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. I do this thing also called live band karaoke, where for $50 I'll sing any song you want me to with a live band. I post it on Twitter. You're going to hear me sing with a live band. $25, the song half off for this stream is Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. Navy's on the board. Think Jays win? I think so too. I have the Dodgers winning game 6 with Yamamoto. I think the way it happened was a bit odd. Looks like more for military than turning a 2-score game into a 2-score game. I never understood people say get Brees some weapons when he made guys like Kirkwood look elite. Yeah. You know, the defense was the big issue. Time to question Venables? Yeah, I've been questioning him for a while. I've been questioning him ever since last year. Every single time. Wow. Oh boy. It's a bop party in here right now. It's a bop party. I got him. Coming in hot right now. Hey, I'm guessing a lot of you were here because of the outage by ESPN with YouTube TV again. It sucks. It sucks, I get it, but I've got all the games. I do not have YouTube TV, so I can keep you updated doing some play-by-play color commentary on all the action taking place today. And again, we stream every day. Tomorrow, we're going to be live for Sunday Night Football. Monday, we're live for Monday Night Football and Queens Winthrop at 8 o'clock Eastern Time as we kick off college basketball season. Tuesday, we're live for UMass against Akron. We're also live for the trade deadline. So we'll be going live around 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 2:30, sometime around there for a trade deadline stream. You know, Saints it up and Saints it sprees. No. I never get the idea of trading up, giving up a future first-round pick for a defensive lineman. I'll never understand that. That never made sense to me. Looks like a top 5 defensive lineman. At least to watch on the download after the room. Yep. (14-3) your score. North Texas. 3 drives, 2 touchdowns, and a 3 and out. There's a lot to him. He'll surely be here a while. Man, it did not work out that way. I stopped buying draft picks a long time ago. Like, I used to buy the jerseys of our first round pick. Stopped doing that a while ago. I've been burned too many times. That's why I own a Luke Jokel jersey. Onside kick! Surprise onside, and Navy's got it, but I don't think it went 10 yards. It's a surprise onside kick. Yeah, I think everybody they're going to cave. I think so too. But did the ball go 10? Navy could not touch it before the 45-yard line. I think they touched around the 44.5. I'm not a trading card person. Let's go, everyone. I appreciate you tuning in. Let's double check this. Gossett got him fooled. I mean, Navy recovered the kick. But I think it was first touched by Navy at the 44 3/4 by Giuseppe Sessi. Let's see. Here's the sky angle. It's a good kick. You know, I think that crossed the 45. We're going to say North Texas ball. I think they got a case. But it was awfully close. Not even Travis? I would do Travis. But even that, he just got injured. Hand off here, gain of 5. Ball to 40. That was awfully... I think that might have crossed. But did he call for a fair... Did that ball hit the ground? They go quick on the handoff here, and Hawkins will get 3. I think Jays win the World Series tonight. Third down, they go quick once again. Hawkins up the middle, first down. 3 straight gives. Up the gut to the 34. If he killed the surprise onside kick. Although it was necessary, I get it. We get it like once a month. Versus now we're getting kickoffs like on every single play. Yeah, that was very close on the onside. Like the return rate is through the roof. I like that. But hold on, again, McCarthy jersey. Yeah, I don't get jerseys of current players anymore. Trevor was the exception because I need a prowler of someone. Head over the middle. That's down to the 14-yard line. I actually think, considering the field position, it might have been kick-catch interference. I'm not sure that ball hit the ground. That might have been what it was. I think it might have been kick-catch interference. Because you get the right to call for a fair catch. Second down. Head off to the side. Hawkins, 5 straight gives to him. And give him his hat trick. 3 rushing touchdowns today. His 10th of the season. And North Texas capitalizes on the good field position. Make it a 3-score game. Yeah, I think it was fair catch interference. That was the call. The ball never hit the ground. I think. Because otherwise the start field position would not make sense. Either way, touchdown Hawkins. Hawkins, just 3.7 yards to carry last time against Charlotte. With no touchdowns. Today he's got 3. He's got over 100 yards rushing. Extra point is good. Mean Green lead by 18. Heidi watch. So, I don't know. We've got a lot in the chat where I'm not sure we do a Heidi watch. Because of the outage. If there's enough people in, Heidi might be off the table. Just thinking from a business standpoint. Also, this game is zooming by compared to the other games. Yeah, because right now, this is like... There's no one else streaming this game. So this might be... This might be Heidi proof. You know, 0.8% chance to make it with a loss. Yeah, because if they got to win the American. The problem is that you lose this game, that's a conference loss. You still have to play Notre Dame. You're not going to be favored in that one. They have to play Memphis on the road. You have to play South Florida. It's going to be tough. One loss Navy, I think, gets in. If he scores a touchdown early in the third, David could score a touchdown, a 6-point field goal, touchdown, 2-point, and another touchdown OT. Just like the Patriots. Oh, it says he got jersey of recently drafted quarterback until his second contract. Yep. I'm the same way. Trevor, I got the Prowler with Trevor. But he had the second contract by that point. Yeah, Texas pouring on right now. It is looking good. It's not looking good for Navy, though. Down by 18. They do get the ball to start the second half. So a chance to double dip potentially here, but they're going to need some help. Do you have any quarterback jerseys? Well, yeah, they're like, I get for Vikings. I get that. Let's go in throwback, like you're going like Tarkenton or something like that. They haven't had a quarterback start a whole season back-to-back years since the 70s. So I get that. You gonna show up today? Yeah, after last week? They needed that. They needed to. But Trevor's as safe as it gets. That was the general first overall quarterback, unless it becomes another Jeff George. Yeah, Trevor's not going anywhere for a while. Unless with Trevor, I have 2022 to look back on. Like, worst case scenario, it's like, okay, I have 22 to look back on. And I have a sick jersey. I'll get Travis Hunter at some point. At some point, I'll get a throwback Prowler Travis Hunter jersey. Also wait for a third contract. Depends on the player. I think like Jamar Chase needs to wait for a third contract. If that makes sense. Kickoff field at the goal line, taken out by Navy to the 10, 15, 20, some space, 25, 30, 35, and pushed out of bounds to the 40-yard line by Nguma, the kicker. So good starting field position for the midshipman. 40-yard return. 3 Packer jerseys are all starting quarterbacks for the last 30 years. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, most teams, you get 3 quarterbacks starting every year. And we got Kirk Jersey, who was the longest tenure quarterback starting since Dante. Yeah. Hawkins, over 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. He has been dominant today. So ball at the 39-yard line here for Navy off the kickoff. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his left. Horvath. Tight end in motion is Jake Norris. Going to keep himself in the middle. Breaks 1 tackle. Spin move to get the first. Press the B button on that one. Gain of 11. They're at midfield. First got Kirk jersey. Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of Kirk jerseys around. A lot of people probably have Kirks. Horvath 75 yards now on the ground. Leading rusher on the team. Nortex. So far they're sinking some ships. Yep. Yeah, Frederick saying one took the chance. Yeah. Void A numbers are in a conventional number scheme. It's like no, like, running back swearing single digits. Hand up at the middle. Taka will get down to the 46-yard line. Gain of 4 on that one. Probably going to be really cheap. Yes. Yeah, they just keep dropping. They keep dropping. Yeah, get-in price is now $30. I mean, I'll go. Second and 5. Yeah, prices are not bad. Horvath plays blown dead before. We got some movement. Only Viking fans who wear Favre jersey are all boomers. Yeah, it's tough now to wear a Favre jersey as a Viking fan because of everything he's done. Maybe they got to get something here. At least got to make it a 2-score game. That's not going to help. Back it up 5 on the false start. Yeah, but that doesn't shock me at all. Second down. 4 to go in the first half. We're not going to do halftime. We're going to stay on for halftime. So we got a lot in the chat right now. To the bottom, high snap here. Horvath looking to throw on the run. Floats it up in the flat. That's caught. First down at the 35. Nice touch on that ball. Thrown on the run. Floats it up for Tech over the head of the linebacker. Gain of 14 out of first. I despise Ryan Bowles. – 100% of the people in the 70s. That's great. Now an easy throw out to float the one over the hands of Trey Fields and did that. How's it going, okay? I appreciate you tuning in for this one. Hand off to the side. Nothing doing. Chapman. Brought down. Loss of 2. It's Fields. November baseball. Let's go, baby. It's going to be so much fun. World Series Game 7 first time in 6 years. I'm excited. How much did I spend for a signed jersey? Oh, I don't spend a lot for signed jerseys. When I did my setup, all the signed jerseys were that I bought myself for like $50 or less. Depends on the jersey, though, I guess. Like, if we're talking like I would go like no more than 100 for anything. But Horvath keeps himself on the read option down to the 31. Gain of 6, and we'll see if they take it down. The 2-minute timeout. There's about a half-second difference. Giant Eagle earlier picked up a few things. So with 6 items, cashier opens another red store that's 12 items or less. This guy takes off what he got from it. He had 20 items. Yeah, I don't think he can count. Gotta love people. Gotta love people sometimes. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. 2 in the backfield. Half-second difference. Just have a list here on Western fans, so I can't watch Western Michigan, Central Michigan. Oh, that sucks. Head off to the side. That should be the first down. It is 20, 15. He's gone. 10-5 touchdown. Chapman. BC with the TD. Navy right back in this thing. The give to the side. And Brandon Chapman takes it from 31 yards out. Had 141 yards rushing last week. Chapman, his second rushing touchdown of the season. Makes it 21-9. The midshipmen are in business. They will kick the extra point to make it 11, and Norwood right down the middle. Kirkwood right down the middle, 21-10. North Texas gets the ball back, though. We know they can go down the field quickly. 4 drives, 3 touchdowns. They have all their timeouts from the 2-minute timeouts, so clock non-issue for the Mean Green. And Navy walked that off. Yeah, they walled it off so well. Yeah, that was great blocking. You're taking off with a wedge rule? It's not that obscure of a rule. I've seen it so many times. Like, it's not like they just made up that rule. That's literally the rule. I've seen it, like, so many times. Where the ball gets lodged under the wall like that. It's not like... Has to, like, remove it from the wall to get it. If it's resting at the wall, it's different, but if it's lodged there, most common jersey I see when you're in Jacksonville, yes. Yeah, Trevor's the most common. There's a lot of throwbacks, a lot of like Taylor, MJD, Baselli, but she Serena threats when Super Bowl Reed retires placed by Nagy? No. No, I don't think so. You can answer that better. I mean, I get like why they're upset, but at the end of the day, at second and third, nobody out. It was the right call. It was literally the right call. Like that is the literal definition of why the wedge rule's in place. Same thing with the Ivy. Yeah, Carnell Tate. What a season he's having. Touchdown Buckeyes. In 21-10 your score. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. And again, apologies about the YouTube TV thing. Obviously, I have no say in that. I'm not an employee of either company. I wish they would get something done. But while that is here, I appreciate all you guys tuning in and watching this game alongside me. Do live play-by-play color commentary every single day for different sports. Every single day. We're live for Florida, Georgia later tonight. Is that affected? That's on ABC. Is that affected? I honestly don't know. I don't have UTTV. Like, is Florida, Georgia, is that an issue? Or you guys watch that game? I don't know how that works. Like, obviously ESPN's out, but ABC's over the air. Is that affected? I don't know. You're saying he's making a case for the Heisman. Obviously, he's not eligible this year to get drafted, but he is good. 30% Moss, 30% Pearson, 20% Jefferson, 10% Darlington, 5% Favre. That makes sense. Take care for never blame them for undesired results. Yep, a lot of dumb rules in sports. Well, that's not even like that dumb a rule. The wedge. Like, I completely get the wedge rule. ABC's affected. Oh wow. I didn't realize they were affected too. I thought it was just ESPN and the family networks. I didn't realize ABC was a part of that. That sucks. November's gonna be a busy month of negotiations and a lot of things. Man, that sucks. Every Disney company. Oh wow. Kickoff fields at the 5-yard line. Well, this said, I'm guessing Monday. They'll cave before the NFL starts. It's usually what happens. But the whole point is that ESPN knows they can gouge. Because they know people will leave YouTube TV. They know that. And ESPN now has a standalone app. So they want you to buy that. ESPN took off Spectrum a few years back. ABC was not affected. Like, Disney knows they have the leverage here. They know people will leave YouTube TV for sports. And they'll buy the standalone app. Hand off to the side, and Hawkins gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Andrew Duhart. Second down. Two at the top, one at the bottom. 90 seconds left. They go quick. Handoff. Dawkins, 25-30. Trucks a guy. Gets the first at the 32. Oh, yeah. They have all their timeouts. Time not an issue for North Texas. With the way they run their offense and the tempo. And all their chunks of that, man. I don't think they can do that. First down, handoff to Dawkins. Third straight gift to him. And he will get a first down again at the 50. Philip Hamilton on the stop. They can't stop the run right now. Navy cannot stop the run. They did last time against FAU. But Hawkins about double the rushing yards that FAU had last week. They'll give it to him again. Nothing doing. That one goes for no gain. And now you figure the Mean Green will take their first time out. You would think they would, but I'm not sure if they are. They're not taking a timeout? Yeah, they do. Yeah. 54 seconds, they take a timeout. They'll have 2 left. Hawkins, 132 yards rushing. Obviously, the storyline going in was how could Navy stop Mestamaker, who had 600 yards passing last week against Charlotte. He's been playing well, don't get me wrong, but helps when you don't have to throw the ball. And the ground game for North Texas just, for the most part, been dominant. 6.6 yards per carry. Black gonna rush for over 150? Who's Black? There's no one on other team with the last name Black. I give the stats if you need. Hawkins is 132 right now on the ground. For Navy, Horvat's got 81. Or do you mean Blake? Horvat's at 81. Horvath, I think he'll be close. I don't think he's going to, but he'll be close. If you mean Horvath, yeah, they'll be close. Mestamaker stepping up, throwing on the run, middle of the field, wide open, call at the 30, 25, and 20, down at the 18. Cameron Dorner. I'm assuming Blake. If you mean Blake, I think he'll get to like 130. A lot of his yardage is inflated by that 133-yard run. Quick give here. Be 2 yards, and North Texas will burn their second timeout with 37 seconds. They're in the red zone. Why? Yep. So they'll have 1 left. Yeah, if you mean Blake Horvath in terms of rushing yards, I'm gonna say no, but it's gonna be close. I promise that they're gonna be playing from behind. The second half, they got to get yardage with that because their defense is not up at a nosebleed right now. So I'm gonna say Horvath finish was like 130. If I had to bank on it. Second and 8. North Texas, a good chance here in the red zone to make it a 14-point game minimum. They want 7. They want to make it 3 scores for the halftime break. They've scored a touchdown all but one drive. Gonna go with this. Even wish I did live 2 hours away from 10 now, though. Oh, man. This is not too bad. Not too bad of a drive. To the top, one the bottom, back to his right. And now Sibley motions to his left. Tight end in motion now, it's Trey Williams. They'll go bubble screen, that's caught, breaks one tackle, looks for a block, gets it, 10 down to the 6-yard line. Shoddy tackling there by Navy, and Wyatt Young with a nice game before Sessi makes the stop. 29 seconds left in the first half. First and goal. They go quick. Handoff up the gut. Down to the 2. Second and goal, and how do the Mean Green play this one? They'll go quick. 16 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing. Sibley stopped. They'll call timeout with 10. They got a lot of plays off there. Hawkins for a touchdown here? No. Because they have no timeouts left. You know, 150? It'll be close. Yeah, triple option of average tracer for him with a run, yeah. Best Armed Forces college football teams so far? I mean, this season, it's Navy. It's not even close. It's absolutely Navy. I like Air Force, though. I mean, they're not good defensively, but offensively, they're fun to watch. Because they can air it out, too. Yeah, I don't think Hawkins for a touchdown. It's going to be tough only because they have no timeouts left. So they're not going to run the ball. What's the 4th down? They might run it on 4th, but 3rd, they're not running it. Yeah, Southern Wilmont's Franklin and Quires with Skill. I saw that. I was watching that at the gym while I was working out. Otani's starting game 7. They made it official. No surprises, but Otani will start game 7. Well, so is FCS. I haven't felt like too much about FCS like that. Third and goal, 10 seconds left. Navy all their timeouts if they don't like a look defensively. North Texas gotta get into the end zone, or at the very least stop the clock. You cannot keep us in the field of play for obvious reasons. One the top, 3 the bottom. Back to his left. Hawkins in the backfield. They're gonna throw. Messmaker, gotta get rid of it. Out route. Overthrown. He was open, but there was pressure. The pressure forced the errant throw for Miles Coleman. 4th and goal. Decision time here. Could kick it to make it a 14-point game. Could go for it here. You need 3 yards. It's basically a 2-point conversion attempt. What will they decide to do? They will kick the field goal. 21 yards. Chip shot here for Nguma. 90% on the season. That's going to go up after that one. Both teams trading short field goals. 24-10, 3 seconds left. I decided we'll get 7+. I don't think so. I think it's going to have a quick leash. I think it's going to go like 4 innings. His pitch count's pretty high. Usually, like, he doesn't get guys out quickly. I think he goes 4, Glasgow goes 3. And you go from there. You take the points, yep, and they take the points. I would take the points too, yeah. Make it 14.5. Right back where you were. I think it was a good move. Well, Vanderbilt scores a touchdown. Search. Jeez. So Vanderbilt makes it a 2-score game right before the half. Down in Texas. Kickoff here. Just a squib kick. Pretty good squib kick at that. Down to the 13-yard line. And brought down to the 24. That'll take us to the halftime break. We're going to stay on for this one because we've got a lot in the chat right now. So we're going to stay on here. 24-10 your score. My bad fan? No, I'm a Gator fan. There was a flag on the play, though. Hang on a second. I'm a Gator fan, an Arizona State fan. I went to ASU. High Point. But they don't have a football team. I went to High Point for undergrad, ASU for law school, and to get my master's. Air for tour. Speaking of Kent State, I like that transition. Offside on the kicking team. Firepower going to re-kick. We're going to re-kick this one. Appreciate you, Egg. Get you on the call for that. Kershaw at some point. That'd be a cool story. Yeah, one of the guys crossed the 35 before the ball was kicked. It's the right call. I didn't get rated. It's a lot of people are listening here because they want to watch the game, but the problem is the YouTube TV outage. And this is the only way to really follow along. So we'll re-kick it here. Right, a dumb decision. I did not see. So redo the kick. Untimed down. There was pooch it at the 34. Fair catch call for my Navy, so that was all for nothing. Now they have to pick up. Oh, that sucks. Be out before January always sucks. 36 at the 9 all the way to a minute. Oh, wow. Either underpay. Yes, that's what it comes down to. I put a poll up, and now we're at halftime. Navy gets the ball to start the second half. 14-point game. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It does go a long way. Helps out a ton on the channel as we try to grow this community of subscribers even more. And every donation made today only, counts toward you make the call. You're going to help me decide which game we are calling Wednesday night. Right, the last thing they want to lose is sports. Right, you can't watch on demand. Yep, you can't watch sports on demand. First goal at the 1, and Penn State takes it. Penn State takes 7-23. Who's the game to put them want to get in? I mean, right now, Penn State, Ohio State is close. I had Penn State, Ohio State. College basketball at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Monday. They're trying that now. There's a group that's doing a marathon of sorts across the country where it's good exposure for the schools. Yeah, Ryan did not manage that well. Yosemite, Bama helmets, Yosemite. Yeah, no, look, I would love to get a North Texas helmet. So basically with college helmets, you have to buy them in bulk. It's very expensive to get a mini helmet, like just buy an individual one. I'll only do that for a player that gets drafted. So I go to the NFL draft every year. So when I go to the draft, I try to get the helmets autographed by the players. So like I have Colorado for Travis Hunter. I got Harrison for Kentucky, Golden for Texas. A lot of Bama helmets because Bama players get invited to the draft and they go a lot. Will Campbell, I got Latu. I got a bunch of players for that. But to buy like an individual helmet, it costs a good amount of money. So like the easiest way to get the setup is buy them in bulk. So there are people on eBay that sell like 6 helmets for Right, they're like 45 bucks out. Yeah, I remember they're like 25. Yeah, they're going up. So there are people on eBay that sell like 6 for 100, and just by pure coincidence, it seems like every single one of those. Like I have 3 Michigans, I have a couple Penn States, I got 3 Ohio States. By pure coincidence, a lot of them have like Bama and whatnot. Like let me check on eBay right now. Not I'm gonna buy any, but if I were to buy like mini helmets in bulk, college mini helmet set. Let's see. Those are pocket helmets. Those are pocket helmets. Yeah, they're also like hard to get, relatively speaking. But sometimes you get like sets. Like Ball State, if I want a Ball State helmet, it's 80 bucks on eBay. Like helmets are going for a fair amount now. We're at halftime here. And now there's no sets available on eBay. No sets on eBay right now, but when I did it, that was what it was. That was how it worked. There is 7.2 for North Texas mini helmet on Amazon. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. I want to make sure, I will say, I do want to make sure that at least I have all the teams in the quarterfinals. Like, I do need an Oregon helmet. Like, the fact that I don't have Oregon is shocking. We got a lot of schools. Like, you might notice, like, I have a lot of Big Ten schools. Like, that, again, that was part of a set that I got, so. You have Texas leads 24-10 of all the games. Why they choose Vandy do well, but Starland's Florida. As a Florida fan, I'm not complaining about that. Well, Arch looks good. Arch did not look good against Florida. Yeah, it's easily the worst Vandy's looked all season. I don't want to say a must-win game for their playoff chances, but it's up there. PR for bench, 225. That was a while ago. Like, I cannot do that now. Like, not even close to that now. If I was trying to max out, it was 225. It was like 2 reps. It wasn't anything crazy. In terms of 10 reps, my PR, I think, is like 185. You know, Oregon, yeah, that's not a bad price. That's not bad at all for Oregon. I can swing that at some point. Hey, a lot of the helmets I get for college, because obviously so my setup right now, if you see the setup, it's like I don't have a lot of space at this point. It's just helmets stacked on top of helmets at this point. I mean, I'm building a pyramid, basically, of college football helmets. So, I guess there still is room to just grow the pyramid, I guess, but in terms of best of 9 format, I think it'd be 2-3-2-2. As long as it's not 2-2-1-1-1-1, as long as it's not that. Dark Crusher to interim off. I don't know about that, but it's a good start so far. My total helmets, peak physique. I don't know, peak physique. Is it maybe like senior year of college? But I don't know. Total helmets. So if you count NFL, I mean NFL is the best word schemes ever stopped. There you go. NFL, I've got a ton. So NFL, I mean you've seen for NFL, the entire case is just the 2 teams playing. I have enough to fill for that. NFL, if it's just NFL, it's about 1,000. For college, it's 68. 68 college helmets. As it's 20 on this top, and then each case holds 16. NFL, it's about 1,000. Batman helmets fill all 3 cases? I do not know. No, not even close. There's no team I have enough to fill all 3 cases of. I can fill 2 with certain teams. I think Ravens I can go 2.5. Ravens for whatever reason, I got a lot of Ravens. How many we have a one less college helmet? A number below 68. I know where you're going with that one. I can respect it. We live later today for Florida, Georgia as well. We have Oregon Pac-12 set. I don't have a Pac-12 set. Penn State only done with 3.5. I'm a bit surprised. Did not see that coming. I think Ohio State runs away in the second half, but I'm a bit surprised, to say the least. I think everyone is. I mean, it was a 20.5 point spread. I think everyone's kind of shocked. Least amount of helmets for? Commanders? Steelers. No, there's no part 2 tonight for Halloween parties. Tonight, I'm staying in. So we should be doing OT tonight. Commanders? Steelers are also hard to get. At like a good price. Steelers are pretty hard to get. What else? Commanders, I don't have a lot of Falcons are the big one. Falcons, Bengals. I don't have a lot of those. Colts are another one. Colts, I don't have a lot of Colts. Raiders, another one as well. Second half, Navy gets the ball. So the second half, Navy gets it. And we're at halftime right now. Well, Steelers, it's about the price. That's what it comes down to. It's the price. I'm going to get I will say, that's going to change during 2026. Because I need to get a lot of blank Steelers helmets. I need to get a lot of blank Steelers for the NFL draft. Because I'll be in Pittsburgh for the draft. And usually there's a lot of legends that attend. Steeler legends. Packer legends this year in Green Bay. Lions legends last year. So I'm going to get a lot of Steeler helmets and try and get those signed. So I should be able to... We should have about 8 more helmets, I would think, for the Steelers. But I got to save up for that because I save for a lot of stuff right now. I save up a little bit for some things I do want to get. Pacheco has been ruled out. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be in the game for the Chiefs against the Bills. They create a trade machine? Oh, I might have to mess around with that. Is it any good? Let me see. Like, is it, like, ridiculously unrealistic? This is probably be Eli's. Yeah, it might be. I mean, Dan DeVito's Danny DeVito. I mean... Yeah. Okay, their trade machine needs some work. I sent Trevor to the Titans for nothing. Literally, like, we don't even get a draft pick in return. Like, I just sent him... How much can I send to the Titans? How much can I send to the Titans? What? Before it becomes unsuccessful. What? Yeah, I'm not sure this machine works. Yeah, I don't think the machine works. Because I can give them everything. Count as the Jags versus tomorrow without 3. I have no faith. Yeah, you could send anything. Yeah. I think it needs some work. Catch your choice. Yeah. Well, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I've sent now at this point like half the roster to the Titans. And it says trade successful. What is this? Yeah, apparently this trade works. I give the Titans every pick we have in 27 and 28. I also give them like 40 players. I don't get anything in return. Maybe I try a team that doesn't have cap space. Yeah, this trade, yeah. How mad would I be? I would quit if I did that trade. That would be collusion, essentially. Let's take a team that does not have a lot of cap space. Trade successful. What? This let anything go through? Yeah, that's dumb. And the trade machine does not work. Comes back at 2026 pick. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't work. The trade machine does not work. Did you just put in ChatGPT for pizza places? You put in ChatGPT for pizza places, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you guys be in here for this one. 14-point game of the half. Navy gets the ball. There's copy and paste skill website. I see what you're doing. And we live Larry for Florida, Georgia. Should be a good one. Over on ABC. If you like what we see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does help us out on the channel. About 5 minutes till we start the second half here. North Texas scored all but one of their drives. Give you some halftime stats in just a little bit. Let me just get some in so the transition between this game and the Florida-Georgia game can go off without a hitch. Great rivalry down in Jacksonville. Next 2 years will not be in Jacksonville because of the renovations to the stadium, so... Last time we see it like this until 2027. Or 2028, I should say. 2028. Halftime stats for you. North Texas, 264 yards of offense in that first half. 5.9 yards per carry. Navy doing a good job on the ground after the first quarter. 6.4 yards per carry on the day. They're 5 for 7 on third down. They're staying on schedule as of late. 31 yards of passing. 5 for 7 there. North Texas. Mestamaker, 9 for 13. 129. He's hit wide open guys, but he'll want that out route back. Had a guy wide open, a Coleman wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. Gets that touchdown. Going to be a 3-score game. Go to UVC 322. Oh, nice. Daniel Jennings, day 3 pick for Chubb. I would do that too. Yeah, I think Jennings at this point got to cut your losses. I mean, they're both stupid. Harmless, but stupid. Oops. That one was dumb. Two minutes before we start the second half here. Horvath leading rusher for Navy, 80 yards. Hawkins, 132 yards on the ground for North Texas. 17 carries for him, averaging 8 yards to carry this game. The last time North Texas played a Service Academy team won 45-38 in overtime against Army, and Hawkins had 4 rushing touchdowns there. He had not found the end zone all of October. My life savings on Navy? I hope you didn't. I mean, you shouldn't make your life savings on anything, but I would hope not. It's not looking good for Navy. They need some points out of the halftime break. And no touchdowns for Hawkins in all of October. 3 in that first half here. David Life Savings on Germany 2014. Yes. Great commercial out of Singapore. 60% you with the Mean Green to win this one. This opening drive is going to tell us a lot. Because to their credit, Navy was getting in a little bit of rhythm in the second. I'm not sure it's an unpopular opinion. And we got a lot of new subscribers. If you're just joining the fam for the first time, I appreciate you guys a ton. You can buy a membership, too. If you buy a membership, you get emojis in the chat. You can share this for either one of the teams. You get members-only Q&A streams once a month. You get your name in each video. And you also get the emojis of the teams playing, alongside some other cool emojis. But the big one you do get to show for any one of the teams playing in the game. All right, let's do the second half. Navy dominating time possession, but North Texas, with their high-tempo offense, up by 14. And again, we're going to be live for the World Series tonight, and we're going to be live for Florida, Georgia. A lot on the docket today in sports. It's a busy day. The final day of 2025 before we turn the clocks back. Most of us do, at least. I do not in Arizona. So a lot of people not like voices. Oh, wow. That game at 3 p.m. Ooh. That'll be a good game. I think Louisville wins, but that could be a good game. Yeah, it fits so... Yeah, it did. And that's why. I mean, the fit's incredible. So here we go. 61% of you think the Mean Green hold on and win this one. Kickoff here. It's a short kick. Fair catch call for me at the 30-yard line. North Texas doesn't want to take any chances after the last return. Another one right at the halftime break, but the one before that got down to the 40. And then Navy by Village Field Trooper up. Yep. There's on the clock behind Hawaii, but still deal with trying to calculate the mainland. Yeah, no, it's odd because, like, for me, my whole schedule changes. My whole life changes, basically. So, if I was on the East Coast, my life wouldn't change outside. It would just suck not being on, not having sunlight. It would just suck. But, like where I'm in New York. Horvath breaks the tackle. He'll get the first of the 42-yard line. It was something Timmy Campbell. Yeah, I missed you. Just one second. Right, we're not. But same thing. North Texas leads by 14. We were on for halftime, so we didn't take a halftime raid. Like my whole schedule changes basically because now everything's 2 hours back. So streams that were starting at like 4 o'clock now start at 5 o'clock my time. The give to the side, Chapman. Spin move to get the first at the 48. Back-to-back first down runs. It must win for both teams. Yep. Thank you, Magic. You're good, everything. You're good. You're good. Nice stuff there. Put him in a spin cycle. And Patrick Smith-Young had no idea what to do on that one. I was trying to think, like, because there were, like, two questions at the same time. I was trying to think which one to go with. But the back in motion is Eli. He'll break one, and he'll get down to the 42-yard line. Wazlowski pushes him out to gain a 6. I forgot I brought that up on stream. I was like, wait, I forgot I brought that up. Right, maybe you need a touchdown here. Gotta make it one score. Offense clicking as of late. Last 2 drives have gotten 10 points. So, starting to run the ball well. Second and 2, they're going to say, at the 40. That's a pretty good spot they gave him. One at the bottom. Chapman in motion. They're going to run the speed option to the side. Eli first down, 25. Brought down at the 20, maybe the 19. They're in the red zone. Fields on the stop, but Eli picks up 21. And Navy, a great opening drive out of the halftime break. There's going to be a lot of points this half. You just feel it. Give to the side. Eli, he'll get 5, maybe 6 yards before Fields takes him down. Ball to 13, 2nd and 4. This is just the response the midshipman needed. Coming out of the halftime break. Maybe last time they were down here could only muster up 3. Chapman again in motion. That's a false start. Jalen Acevedo. The right tackle, he moved. And that will give North Texas a much-needed break. So Navy behind schedule also gives them some time to breathe, catch their breath, because Navy showed a lot of tempo to start this half. Five penalties stay on the midshipman. Got some cha-cha-cha. There you go. Got some cha-cha-cha action. 2nd and 9. 1 at the top. 3 in the backfield. 5 on the play clock. They got to get this off. 2, 1. They are not going to get it off. And Navy have to burn a timeout. You cannot have that on a dead ball. Oh, will they take the timeout or are they going to get the delay of game? Delay of game. They don't get the timeout in. Still, you can't have that on a dead ball. Back-to-back penalties. 2nd and 4, and then a false start, delay of game. You've not thrown this drive, but you might be behind the 8 ball now. They're doing a good job staying ahead of schedule. Obviously not there. Back-to-back penalties for the midshipmen. Horvath didn't realize the clock was running until it was too late. 7 on the play clock here. 4, 3, back in motion. Handoff up the gut. We'll get the yardage back from the delay of game. They'll get 5. Down to the 19. All part of the plan. Yep. 3rd and long. That would have been enough for the first down if it was 2nd and 4. Now you got 3rd and long. And Navy, the only team that has not lost to the American this season. On the ropes here. Trailing wire to wire. An opening drive touchdown. North Texas has been dominant offensively today. Can Navy get one back? Eli in motion. 2 wide. They're going to throw. Horvath. Pressured. Takes off and runs. And he will be shy of the sticks at the 13. Decision time here. Saw nothing open, so he took off and ran the ball. A field goal keeps it at 2-score game. Any sport, yeah, David Robinson. They're going for it. Offense staying out there. 5-minute drive thus far. Can they keep it going? They will go for it here. Horvath under center. 5 on the clock. Horvath going to keep himself. He's in. Blake Horvath. Running the triple option to perfection. And Navy makes it a 1-score game. Fake, they give up the gut, go to the side, cut up field, stick your foot in the ground. And a 5-minute drive ends with 6. And we got a brand new ball game down in Denon. We got a brand new ball game. Extra point, perfect. By Kirkwood. 3 straight scoring drives for Navy. Not counting the end of the half where there was an untimed down. And they just fair called a kickoff. That doesn't count as a real drive. 3 straight scoring drives from Midshipman. Fields off balance, can't make the tackle. And North Texas now up by just 7. From when since Utah went to Big 12, I could see that, yeah. Their Tech and BYU are good picks too, but I could see that. And this just got a little bit interesting. Now it's a game of who's going to break first. In terms of offensively. And Navy has not allowed 33 points in a game this season. North Texas has scored 33 every game this season. It's the unstoppable force against the immovable object. And Navy now up to 234 yards rushing. They held Charlotte to under 4 yards a carry last game, but no such luck here as Horvath over 100 yards rushing. He's got now 900 on the season, 924 to be exact. Last time North Texas played a Service Academy team, it was Army, won 45-38. Army had 387 yards rushing on 68 carries. 5.7 yards per carry. Today, Navy, similar success on the ground in terms of yards per carry, if not better. 7.3 yards per carry. Only 2 players in Navy have caught a pass, but has not mattered. Despite 2nd and 14, they'll just ground and pound and get back on track. It's a brand new ball game. Frame drops. Hang on. I'll re-answer that question. We're good now. That was odd. Yeah, sometimes it happens with OBS, but a bit of frame drops, but we should be good now. Yeah, but Dolphins got rid of Greer. They need to do it a long time ago. About time they did it, but they need to get rid of McDaniel too. I know how Ross saw anything last night and was like, McDaniel needs to stay on. Just cut your losses. There's going to be a locker room mutiny at this point. He's lost the team. If you saw some frame drops earlier, or there's some buffering or lag, just refresh. Everything's good to go now. Sometimes OBS does that. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. We have over 170 in the chat right now. Kickoff here goes into the end zone for a touchback. North Texas going to get at the 25-yard line as a result. We have Ohio State up 24-10, as is Texas on Vanderbilt. Keeping tabs on those games. As we are on all the action in college football. We'll be live at 3:30 Eastern time for Florida, Georgia. And then 8 o'clock for the World Series. I mean, they don't need to go, but it's because they got rid of Greer. He was a bigger issue. Absolutely. I should also note that every donation counts as triple to make the call from now until the end of the day over the 3 streams. You got to decide which game we're calling on Wednesday night in Maction. Kent State, Ball State, or NIU Toledo. Both games on the ESPN family of networks. Handoff here gets 3. Why still the third quarter, 9:37 left? That's pretty normal for a college game. They go quick. Messmaker. Messmaker going deep. Has his man perfectly in stride. That's Cameron Dorner, number 4. I have 40 yards on that one. I've did this. What? Yes, I have. I literally have. There's commercial breaks. The clock runs. There were commercial breaks. That's why. It's not continuous clock. Well, the 33-yard line. After that huge rib there, about 40 yards. Messmaker. Pressured. Has to get rid of it. Fires. Caught in the flat. For a gain of about 1. By Lennon Sides. 2nd and 9. And that last play just blew by him on the fly route. Just an easy fly route. Maybe a double move there. No, the clock's in real time. Florida, Georgia. There you go. I got the bot. 2nd and 9. Messmaker for the last completion. Longest play of the day for him. 169 yards. Messmaker pressured. He's going to look to take off and run. He's going to run to his own lineman. And brought down to 36. Tay Yanta. He runs into his own center. Tay Yanta. They've now tried 3 straight passes. And that one brought down some friendly fire there. For eventually being sacked. I feel like third quarter offer so longer than the commercial breaks are allowed. Oh, no, not the frame rate now. No, it's usually a 3-minute break. Yeah, commercial breaks are pretty long in college, unfortunately. I hate it as much as you do, believe me. Hoggins in the backfield, to his left, to the top, to the bottom. Messmaker, can they get into field goal range? Screen pass, that's going to help. But he doesn't get the convoy. I thought he was going to get the convoy. He didn't get the convoy. Gabe Blair can't set the block. And Griffin Willis on the stop. I thought he had a convoy out in front, but that was dependent on Gabe Blair, the redshirt senior, making the block, and he did not. He completely whiffed on Coleman Coley. And now, 4th and a mile. Messmaker coming off the field. And they're going to punt it away for the 2nd time today. Sawyer Evans, too long for a field goal from 55. And Guma's long this year is just 41. The punt here, it's a good one. As long as he did not go into the end zone. As long as he did not go into the end zone, that's going to be the 2-yard line. Let's see, no signal yet. You gonna say touchback? You gonna say his foot was a long way back? Let's double check this. They let it bounce to the 3. That's a touchback. That's both the 2. That should be. That was played pretty perfectly by North Texas, but they ruled a touchback for the moment. So a net of just 16 yards, but I think they might look at this one. I don't think that foot was on the line. I think it was a good job by the gunner. They're better under splitter? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Billups was never good. Obviously, a big call here. Ball to 20 versus ball to 2. Can't blame Sawyer Evans on that one. We'll see if they change the call. As it stands, Navy ball to 20. Punter bust up the lob watch on that one. Yeah, that was a good punt. I thought that was a touchback. Yeah, Suns won last night too, yeah. One on the NBA Cup, baby. So that's what matters. You after a 4-game losing streak, needed that one. They're a young team. They're gonna gel. I think they're gonna be a lot better second half of the season than the first half of the season. I think it's one of those teams that they're gonna be really bad to start off, and then they might get better. He's getting 16 yards of net on a bit of a controversial call. We'll see if they change. We have about a minute left before play resumes. So the NBA Cup would be happy-ish. Well, I'd be happy in terms of it means we won 6 regular season games. I'm not watching the Cup. Even if we're in the final, I'm not watching the Suns in the NBA Cup final. Cannot run the ball? No. No, I ran into his own lineman. That was bad. The run to your own lineman was not ideal. I'll close the vote. It seems pretty split down the middle in terms of whether you think it was a touchback or not. It's exactly split down the middle. 50-50. Let's see. While we had a break, they might have had a chance to look at it. They can review this, obviously. As it stands, both the 20-yard line for the midshipmen, who've scored on 3 straight drives. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Was a punter in high school? I did not know that. Yeah, that's a touchback. They're gonna keep it at the 20. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but head off to the side. This is going to be a big gain. Tech out of bounds to the 37. Gain of 17. And most of them, at least. Most of the good ones can do that. And Navy in business to start this drive. Looking to make it 4 straight scoring drives. 6.5 to go. Tech had 55 rushing yards last time against FAU. He's got about 45 today. Spurs, I can't believe that's their first 5-0 start. They never did under Pop. This is crazy to me. Chapman in motion. Fake gives to Chapman. Horvath's going to keep himself looking for some space, and he'll only get a yard. Thrown down quickly by Fields at the 38-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 9. I think they're just lucky. No, Wemby's just a darn good player who's impossible to stop. He'll get a quadruple double at some point this season, I think. Horvath under center. 1 wide, the bottom of the screen. I think that's a false start. Yep, it is. The H-back moved. 2nd and 14. Second time this half they faced 2nd and 14 after shooting themselves on the foot with a penalty. They got the last one. Took 3 downs to do, but they got it. Now you're behind the 8 ball here. Some shot. Their 7th penalty of the game. And Chapman definitely jumped on that one. Interesting game for Chapman. The false start there. Obviously the fumble back in the first. As Navy was driving. Well, the outside of the first drive, Navy has driven the ball very well. I'll probably play it again. Yep. I'm waiting for what Porzingis was supposed to be. I guess to some extent, but I never viewed Porzingis and Wemby the same way. Chapman in motion, play action. Out route, behind his man, incomplete. Tight coverage all the way. Nathan Kent, the intended target. A coverage there by Colin Lewis. Brings up 3rd and 14. Navy has crossed midfield on all but 1 drive today. Got to get this first down here, otherwise they will not. Come on to me, ESPN TV. Basically, ESPN knows that people watch sports. And they are charging out the wazoo. And YouTube TV is like, we're not budging. We're not gonna renegotiate with you guys. 3rd and 14, they're gonna send 3. Horvath stepping up, directing traffic, throws it, floats it up, broke it up, and intercepted somehow. Somehow a one-handed pick. What a job there by Quentin Hammonds, the sophomore nickelback. Horvath just trying to float that ball up. And instead he throws his 4th pick of the season. What an interception. One-handed. Palms that ball. Phenomenal play by the sophomore, Hammonds. He was looking for Jake Norris. Down the sideline, palms it. And for Hammonds, his 1st pick of the season. The 2nd of his collegiate career. Ball at midfield. Big momentum shift there. Swings it out to his back. It's caught by Hawkins. He'll get down to the 44. And basically, long story short, with the YouTube TV deal, long story short, ESPN also has a standalone app now. ESPN's got this thing where you can just pay for ESPN and that's it. So they want people to do that. Nickelback was in college? Yes. He was a rock star. One on the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Oh, no, they were never going to turn to the 73 Sixers. No, pop, it was time. Hand off here to the side. They'll lose a yard. Taken down in the backfield there by Mark Anthony Parker. 3rd and 4. So the idea is why negotiate with these companies like UTTV when we have our own app and we get all the money? We get everything out of it. So the only way it makes sense for them with UTTV is to charge a ridiculous amount of money. And a lot of these companies do buy in. As Hawkins, spin move, 1st down to the 36. Griffin Willis on a stop, gain of 8. So that's why. ESPN's got the leverage. Going quick, hitch route, that's caught. Brought down the 32, gain of 4. Wyatt Young couldn't stay on his feet. Lose for the consumer. Oh, yeah. 100%. I would say this is where government comes in to regulate it, but government's kind of shut down right now. So it's just, it's not a good time to be an American consumer in anything. Now I burned through, running through my head. It's a great song. I'm debating seeing Nickelback next week. They're playing at Chase Field. I'm debating going. Handoff here, you're going to get about 5, 3rd and 1. Heart attack? Well, oh, man. Oh. 3rd and 1, they go quick. Head him up the gut. Not going to get there. He's short, and I think they're going to go for it here. Yeah, they're going to leave the offense on the field. One on the top, 4 at the bottom. Now motioning us Coleman. Out route caught, gain of 2, 1st down. Needed 1, got 2. And Coleman, the motion man. Throw was a bit behind, but Mestamaker able to make the play. Nonetheless. Risky Bisky, yep. Pens have been surprising me this year. They're going to set for Messmaker. Fires. Double coverage. Incomplete. There's a flag on the play, though, with 1:45 to go in the 3rd. There's companies are running when people go to legal streams. Yes. They are. Holding on the offense. Let's make it 1st and 20. The longest kick for North Texas this season is 41 yards. So unless you get into the red zone, it's pretty much 4-down territory. Yeah, tied 10 for 3. Yeah, that's good. All the games we could have picked have been pretty good. Like, there was no bad option for this to make the call. Usually it doesn't work out that way, but this time it has. 1st and 21, the top, 2 at the bottom. Now motioning over is Trey Williams, the tight end. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Got some space. Hawkins gets the yardage back. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Yeah, a little bit of a bear hug there. A little bit of a bear hug. Hawkins now up to 157 yards rushing today. He has been masterful. Leading rusher on the team entering this game. And it's a season high in rushing yards. One of the top two of the bottom, back to his left. Maker takes it. They're going to send 5. Pump fake the screen. Going deep. Second read. Caught at the 6. The screen seam concept. And Landon sides down the sideline. Gain of 19. Goal to go situation. Try to take advantage of the pick by Quinton Hammonds. They go quick to the line. 2 of the top, 1 of the bottom in the pistol here. The stretch play to Hawkins. He will get his 4th. Caleb Hawkins. Hat trick +1. 4 touchdowns for North Texas, all coming from Caleb Hawkins. And the Mean Green lead by 2 scores again. Touchdown North Texas. Caleb Hawkins on the stretch. 160 yards rushing for him. And Navy cannot stop the run right now. North Texas over 5 yards a carry. And the extra point is good. I did say I thought Ohio State was going to run with it in the second half. I did say that. 31-17. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. We try and grow this community even more. Yeah, Logan's having himself a day. Yep. What a day for him. 14-point lead, and now Navy behind the 8 ball here. Tough to run the ball down 14 with time not on your side, and when your defense has allowed points on all but 2 drives today. Have to make it up somehow. Navy 4th straight conference game they've allowed 30+. And haven't allowed 33 this season, but this conference play started... really October, I should say. Not since it started, but really since October. 31 allowed to Air Force, 31 to Temple, 32 to FAU, and now 31 here. A triple option not designed as a comeback offense. No, it is not. So I'm going to play in the Navy again. We'll see if it works. They want you. They definitely want you to do it. And we'll be live later today for the Florida game. Do the house call? Ooh. Live later today for Florida against Georgia. Over on ABC. That game probably starts around 3:40 Eastern time. Be live for that. That game, again, UTTV does not have. So, maybe stick with the plan. I think they're going to stick with it for one more drive. And they run the ball well. I mean, the last time they threw the ball resulted in a pick, so I might have to stick with the plan at least for one more drive. But they got to get tempo at least. Making ribs? Good luck, man. Good luck. And again, every donation counts triple toward you make the call. Help me decide from now until the end of tonight when we do the World Series which game we're calling from action. Kent State, Ball State, or NIU Toledo? Which game we're calling on Wednesday? You're going to help me decide. Tuesday, we're doing UMass Akron. We got some good games on the docket. (31-17) your score. Weekday games are just for the audience. I love the weekday games. Oh, they're so good. I love it too because like you get like good numbers for those too because they're on CBS Sports Network. Those weekday games do good numbers for whatever reason. Because I don't think there's a way to watch it on YouTube, CBS Sports Network. So a lot of people tuning in for my streams, which is really nice. It's really, really nice. Yeah, those ones are fun. I think those are my favorite ones. College basketball streams are also fun. Like, I had so much fun calling college basketball last year. I mean, it helps when the games are like 90 minutes, 2 hours long. Air Force is skinny? I'm not sure they have. How's it going, Cujo from Broncos Country? How's it going, my man? Appreciate you tuning in. I'm assuming Air Force has hosted at least once. Kickoff here, end zone, touchback. Ball at 25. We need to win 3 of the remaining 5 to run their streak of 6+ win seasons to 20. It's going to be tough. We got a lot on stream right now. This is called YouTube TV is making life pretty hard on people. That's what that's called. I don't think we're going to get as many for Florida, Georgia. Because there are some... Oh, no. They're taking down a lot of the chats. Outrow, that's called Kane at 10. Yeah, ESPN is going hard today. DC Company is going hard. They're striking down everyone that's showing the game. So, I mean, Vanny, Texas came and watched the game on YouTube. So, we might be able to get some numbers for that one. 2nd and 2, they're going to call it a gain of 8. Just shy of the sticks. I thought he got it, but apparently not. 2nd and 2, hand him up the gut. Tekka will not get it. Second effort, not enough. Brought down the 34-yard line. Initial hit there by Wazlowski. And that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes left for Navy to save their undefeated season. The lone unranked unbeaten. Can North Texas go to 8-1 and keep their playoff hopes alive as the group of 5 team? Get those 4s up. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. We've got a lot in the chat right now. We'll be live for Georgia, Florida, and the World Series later today. 31-10 in the Texas game. Ohio State's starting to run away with it as well against Penn State. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Really does go a long way. Helps out the channel a ton. So we try and grow this community even more. West Virginia leading Houston. Wow. Did not see that coming. Big 12 trying to cannibalize itself too, apparently. We should have a new video dropping today. No promises on that. We should have a new video dropping today. I'll have a dumb decisions tomorrow as well. We'll talk about a dumb decision, a historical dumb decision from a game involving the Packers and the Panthers. If you're a Packer fan, you might know this one. Hawaii go the Pack? I would say no. I think their athletic situation's kind of a mess right now. Now, when the stadium gets built eventually, that might be a different story. For the moment, I'm going to say no. I'm going to record the script for this video in between the games. And then we'll edit it as best we can in between. But all the footage is in, all the script is done, so hopefully get the video out before the World Series tonight. But no promises there. I want to be able to. It's a broadcasting controversy. Going back to the 80s on this one. Georgia or Texas will be a fun game. We're not calling it because we're doing the Black Friday game. But it should be a fun one. I know somebody may be wrong. It's actual history video decides I'm for the first time weeks. Yes, this one's an actual history video. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I've just had no time to do anything that's not dumb decisions lately. Yeah, but this one's an actual history video. Tomorrow will be a dumb decision historical. And basically, Packers play the Panthers this week. So I figure let's do someone from there. And it's one of those, if you know, you know. might be the most infamous dumb decision in Packers history in a regular season game. And I don't say that lightly. Halloween, I just threw on a Jaguars jersey. I just threw on a Trevor jersey and just went from there. People commented, they're like, "Oh wow, I love the outfit. I love the costume." I'm like, thanks. I'm like, okay. It wasn't much of a costume, but it worked. Now, 20 seconds left before we start the fourth quarter here on ESPN2. We got 160 in the chat. If you're one of them, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Join the community. We've got over 68,000 subscribers already. Trying to get to 100K. We got up a lot this game so far, which I appreciate a ton. Oh, this was a blonde wig. Yep. Yeah, if I get the wig next time, I could do it. What's going on with Hawaii? I also think to travel, like they're a conference where I'm not sure you want to have Hawaii because the travel is just a nightmare. The cost, is it worth it? I'm not sure it's worth it necessarily for Hawaii. Like for conferences. Yeah, I went to a party last night. Yeah, I went to a friend's place after the game was done. Keen at 2 on the head of the middle. That's the first down at the 36-yard line. Yeah, we just talked and then we played some Rock Band. It was like very chill. It was fun. Also found out last night I could do a mean hella good by No Doubt. I could do a mean version of that, apparently. The band adds that, I'm all in. Ball at the 36-yard line. Horvath, 2 at the top of the screen. Gonna hand off to the side. Chapman cuts upfield. Nice time sticking a foot in the ground down to the 46. Oh, the stadium? It's just taken forever. I mean, Hawaii construction times just take way too long. So we have an injured player. Like the new stadium's gonna hold 22,000. It's gonna open in. The date just keeps getting delayed. Keeps getting delayed over and over again. Injured player is a Navy player, Sean Crowley. Is down. He'll walk off, but with a limp. Oh, he is limping pretty bad. He needs the help of the staff to get off the field. It's Sealy back, yeah. Yeah, they say 2029 is going to be when it opens. I doubt it. I'm going 2033. Whatever they say the date is, add 5 years or 4 years onto it. When they play now, they're playing at like a 10,000 seat, like just like they put bleachers on like the practice field. Handoff here, Teka, first down to 46. Gain of 8. And they're past midfield. Threw a pick last drive. And my 14 here, gotta go. From the outlet, baby. Yep. They're playing at the Clarence C. Ching Athletic Complex. Hand to the side. That's a first down to the 29. Jackson Gutierrez. Not calling his name a lot today, but that's a nice gain. About 17 and a first down. Yeah, it was their practice facility, and when they destroyed Aloha Stadium, they just threw some bleachers on. It's a temporary fix. But that's where the Hawaii Bowl's been. So, like, it's not like a legit stadium. Eli in motion. Horvath toss it out to Eli on the triple option, and that'll be a gain of 3 at the 27-yard line. David Fisher on the stop. The redshirt senior corner making the play, brings up second down. You run the triple option Good way to stop it. You have corners who can tackle. It's a nice play there by Fisher. Stravis taking some time off the clock. Oh, able to learn an NFL team? You know, I don't know. I think to some extent. So around the same time. Juke move here by Horvath, and he then tossed it. Was that forward is the question. Did he cross the line? If he didn't, that's a great game by Eli. That's a gain of 10 and a first. But did he cross the line? We're going to say no for the moment. Wait a second. Football defend the triple option. Yep. It was close on the toss. That's a heck of a play. Rising was going down. It was ahead of the line of scrimmage, but that was a backwards lateral. That was a great play by Horvath. We'll have a stoppage here. Yeah, they're going to review this. Let's see. Was the knee down? Come on with the fiver. Well, also got to check if the knee was down. They're reviewing to see if the knee was down. That knee might be down. That knee might be down. I'm not if I bleached him to Hall of Famer because the NFL week still 4-4 the Saints give New Orleans a post-career championship. They did not do that. That is close. Was the knee down? Yeah, I don't think they rigged that. I'm gonna take a wild guess on that one, so they didn't rig that. And retake number 1. There you go. Retake number 1. Or they would have done it in 06. They made the NFC Championship if they were going to do it. You wanted Kent State, so I'll put you on there. If the knee was down, it's going to be 3rd and long. That's the review here. That is awfully close. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough to overturn this. I think the call's going to stand. I want to answer you. My bad. Let me change that. Let me change that. Wait. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Have a review? If the call's upheld. Yeah, I don't hate the call there. Not enough. Home is just picker? Do you have a bye week? You could do that, yeah. You could do that. First down for Navy. In the red zone. We're 200 in the chat right now. Appreciate you guys a ton. Everyone bunched up. Now they spread out. One on the top, 2 of them on back to his right. Chapman in motion. Play action. Horvath scrambles out. Fires to the flat. Chapman can make the one-handed grab. Cannot make the grab. And it's not a great throw by Horvath. Chapman cannot corral with one hand. 2nd down. Yeah, I would think on this one. Yeah, the king count has got a bit out of control. I mean, it's his money. I mean, good for him and good for the kids, but it's got a bit out of control. Like, there's some art. Like, if they're gonna make it every week, it's not the same. Head off here, Tekka, gonna get about 5. It's not the same. The guy makes it every week. That's what people will do. They get in line and then they sell their spot, and they'll split it with an actual like college like they'll split with someone who knows how to kick. Because you're allowed to do that. So like if you get picked, you have like a 1 in 500 chance of getting picked. Or like 1 in 200, something like that. And there'll be people in there who are who are like, they know how to kick a ball. And they'll split the profits. Toss play here on the option down to the 9. MK with the 5er. Some machines are a lot more rigged. Also can stay perfect. Get you on it. Everyone makes it now, yeah. It's not the same. There's no suspense anymore. Ribbon's plus 10,000 wins. Well, that's not that bad. It's plus 10,000. That's not bad. It's not the same when people are just selling their spots. 4th and 2. ESPN thinks you should kick it here because they're dumb. Back to his left. Time is called. Yes, slots. I don't do slots. Although you made out pretty well in the slots last night. I know that. You made out pretty well. Titania with a 10er. Coming in hot for last night. Holy cow. Husky. Easy enough. I appreciate you a ton. Oh my god. You're amazing. You are amazing, Titania. You are... I can't thank you enough. You picked a good game here. This has been a very fun game to watch. Get you on the Huskies game. Last time FC was more sacked than the AFC. It's been a bit. It does feel like it's been a little bit. Man, it is getting intense right now. You guys are insane. I love you guys. This is... For the first game, this is nuts. How's it going, David? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here. We have a timeout on the field. Oh, they're gonna go for it. They're going for it. There's no way. Kicking the field would be dumb. 4th and 2, you kick the field, make a 2-score game to a 2-score game. Doesn't make any sense. Why you would do that. 19 could have been more stacked. 19 could have been more stacked. They better lock that down. We'll see. What I love is that ESPN, worldwide leader in sports, folks. Worldwide leader in sports. 4th and 2, they say, the analytics say kick the field goal. I love that. Analytics say 31-17, down by 14 points with 10 minutes left. Kick the field goal. Genius. Genius, ESPN. That's definitely the right play. Kick the field goal. God. West Virginia. Ooh, up by 3. Oh, man. Is somebody touchdown? He has not got a lot of touches today. Like, they have not given Sibley the ball. 4 carries, 7 yards. Hawkins is going to get the touches. Hawkins has 163 yards today. Right, they go for field goal 1 time for 2 scores. No. I mean, maybe like 4th and 10 I get it, but 4th and 2? No. All right, so after the timeout, decision time here. It's no decision. They're going to go for it. Bro, I honestly haven't seen Dynasty in a while. The last 2 Dynasties have come in the AFC. Crowd on its feet. Don't want to say this is the game, but it's awfully close. How's it going, Taco? Appreciate you tuning in. Gotta get this here if you're Navy. They got their last 4th down conversion attempt. Scored a touchdown off it with Horvath. They'll spread them out here. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 2 in the backfield. Man in motion is Chapman. Horvath keeps himself, and he will be denied. He is short. Horvath pulls it back, keeps himself up the gut, and North Texas is not fooled. Horvath got the first down last time and went for on 4th, got the touchdown. He did not get this one. Had to reach the 7. And he is about a yard shy. A phenomenal stand by the Mean Green. And North Texas taking over with 10:22 left. Analysts like aliens that can't understand the human spirit to win. No, they cannot. Yeah, it would have been like McDaniels could fill in spares, yeah. Defensive video? No, not offensive. I mean, everyone's going for it there. I mean, the analytics are dumb on that one. Not saying analytics are dumb in general, but ESPN analytics are sometimes pretty dumb. And that time they were very dumb. It's the right call, too. Keep with Horvath. Just a great stand by Ethan Day, number 90. Stands him up. Might be reviewing the spot, but this should not be that close. We had to get to the 7. It was nowhere near there. And North Texas takes over. Unless anything happens on this review, which I would be stunned by. They're reviewing the spot. I'm not even going to put up a poll. This should not be close. No, they're going to do Scherzer. There is Scherzer. What happened? Horvath got stuffed on 4th and 2. They're reviewing the play. But I don't think it's going to happen. Are we on this game? No, we didn't, Heidi. You didn't see last night, Cujo. You didn't see last night. Titania took this game from worst to first. No, we didn't, Heidi. All the games have been pretty solid. This game won that you make the call. Rolling on the field's upheld. A touchdown, Vandy. They're right back in this thing. If they get the 2. Yeah, Titania donated a lot of money yesterday. Picked a good game, too. Probably the best of the 4 that were available. So you make the call. We would have hired out Ohio State, Penn State probably at this point. If any Texas would have stayed with. So ball at the 8-yard line. Yeah, last time was nuts on stream. 2 wide here. North Texas hands it off up the middle. Down to the, we'll say the 11. Gain of 3. North Texas goes with a lot of tempo. It's for their bread and butter all season and bread and butter this game. I figure they're going to slow it down here. 2 Clemson sneaky good, yeah. I Clemson by a hair in that one. Also, SMU is driving on Miami. 17-14 there. So we're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Maybe plus 7.5. It's going to be tough. It'll be very tough at this point. Tell this was Miami, SMU. Looks clear on my end. Unless it's like something audio related. Hand off to the side. Hawkins stumbles and then trucks a man to the 17-yard line. 3rd and 1. I have Toronto taking game 7. I always have the Dodgers taking game 6 with Yamamoto. I didn't think it would be like that, but they go quick to the line. 3rd and 1. Hand off, 1st down. Catch him off guard. You think they're going to just run the clock out? Take it slow, and instead, they go quick to the line and get the gain of 2, new set of downs. A Heidi is this thing I do where basically, yeah, I'm surprised by ASU. I'm surprised by that because obviously with Levitt out for the season, I thought it'd be a bloodbath. I do this thing, so in NFL history, there was a game in 1968 where the Jets played the Raiders. Head up the gut, Hawkins once again down to the 21. The Jets played the Raiders. And the Jets were winning. And the game was running long, so NBC had to air the TV movie Heidi and decided to take off Jets Raiders on the East Coast as it was still going on to put on the TV movie because they didn't want to start the movie late because it was a kids movie. The Jets then lost the game. The Raiders came back and won. And no one on the East Coast saw the ending. So that's the Heidi story. Hitch route, that's caught at the 25-yard line. Gain of, we'll call it 3. Make it the 24. 3rd and 5. Yeah, AFL game, yep. So, but I coined a verb called Heidi. So I use Heidi as a verb. The thing with Heidi as a verb is if we do a game and the game is so bad that it is very much not in jeopardy as terms of the result, there's no doubt, I will flip the game to a better game. That's what I call a Heidi. So like last week, 3rd and 5, they're going to send 5. Fires on the run, that's caught, first down. Dorner to the 30. They're killing a lot of clock here. Last week, we did I ever watch Heidi? I mean, I saw like clips of it, but I haven't seen the full movie. 100% everything. I'm with you on that one. But, last week, abruptly bailing a game. Last week, we did Minnesota against Iowa. That game was 31-0 at the half. There was never any doubt that Minnesota-Iowa was over at that point. So we flipped. Yeah, that's a crazy touchdown. Holy cow. On the tip, yeah, it's over in Columbus. So we flipped to Alabama-Vanderbilt. That's what a Heidi is. Hand off to the side. Hawkins be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. 6:41 to go. What did Army do? I didn't see it. Remember, 4th and 1 to 27, didn't get it? That's not dumb. I mean, they're a good running football team. I don't think that's necessarily that dumb. Beckett's bench for Williams. Oh, fiction. 100% fiction. There you go, 0-5 Big Ten. Oh, man. There was much rejoicing for a lot of people. You'll be live for Florida, Georgia. I'm going to open that stream up. I'll link that. You know, I've had before the half before, but that was like one of those like really bad ones. Yeah, it was like 31-0 with like 11 minutes left in the half. That's going to lose 2 yards, brought down by Landon Robinson at the 29-yard line. Navy's got all their timeouts. We'll see if they start taking them. They're not going to do it just yet. And you're down by 14. You got to get the ball back, and you're not a good team throwing the football. So a lot of factors going against you right now. Maybe North Tech 6 for 10 on 3rd down. 7-point lead. Could have punted away. How much time was left? Third and 12. Mestermaker incomplete. Stops the clock. It's looking to the side for Miles Coleman. They take about 4 minutes off the clock. But they cannot get points or force Navy to burn their timeouts. Navy's going to get it back with a chance. With no time. Well, that's why you do it, Gamana. That's exactly why. Because you get 1 yard, the game's over. Air Force has no timeouts. So 2:22 left. They went for on 4th and 1. And Air Force had no timeouts. And they're up by 7. Yeah, you get 1 yard, the game's over. That's not a dumb decision at all. Punt here angled out of bounds, and Navy's going to get it at the... Oh, he's still going. 42-yard line. Not the best punt there by Evans. Got 29 yards. 5:08 to go. Well, I would have gone for there, too. That could be an indefensive. I would have gone for that. You're telling me you get... Right, they're 0-27. Yeah, I know. I know it's 0-27. I get it. You're 0-27. But you're built on running the football. Army's a team built on running the football. Army gets 27 yards to tie game. Yeah, but if you get 1 yard, it's over. You get 1 yard, the game is literally over. I'm fine with that. So back in, they haven't given him the rock. It was all Hawkins that drive. It was all Caleb Hawkins. He's gotten 30 of the 37 carries. Sibley's got 4 carries, 7 yards. He has not really touched the rock today. He hasn't really touched it since the first half. Since it got stuffed on that 2nd and goal. Well, Vlad and Shohei are in a league of their own. Appreciate it, Joe. Hopefully Caillou doesn't cause some damage to you. It was a long one. Look at 4th and 2. The 4th and 2 is a bit different, but I don't hate it. It's not like that's an in defense of. I get the idea of we can end the game right here and now. Gus Johnson, he's definitely gotten worse. He's lost his fastball. But I think people are deceived by Gus Johnson in terms of, like, he's been doing this for a while. Like, he's still young by sportscaster standards, but he's been calling games for like 30 years at this point. No, I'm not tired of his shtick. I mean, they love Eric Collins. He just gets stuff wrong. Like, he can be biased at times. I mean, walk off with a field goal and like take all the way down and punt it after I make him win. Yeah, in regulation. But I have no problem with that call. Yeah, I mean, we need more Eric Collins. That's what we need. West Virginia, man. Big 12 cannibalizing itself. 34-16 Texas, meanwhile. I just can't believe that the team that literally beat ASU could lose to West Virginia. Man. Might break the sound barrier? They could. Easily break the sound barrier. At 5:08 to go. Obviously, everything is 4-down territory at this point for the midshipmen. If you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe to this episode, on the channel. And again, we'll be live for Georgia, Florida later. Yeah, I don't think if Rutgers lose today, they got a tough schedule the rest of the way. Right, Air Force had timeouts, some punting it away. Timeouts, some punting the ball away. But no timeouts, I look at it as, hey, you need 1 yard, and you win the game. If they had a timeout, I would be like, yeah, punt the ball away. Right, ASU leading against Iowa State, I did not see that coming. Because they obviously don't have Levitt the rest of the way. And obviously the backup quarterback situation, not great. Horvath, gonna throw it. Hit as he throws. Deep shot down the field. That's caught at the 30-yard line. To the 29. Eli. Gain of about 30. One play later, they're in plus territory. Just outside the red zone. They go quick to the line. Football golf announcers. I've seen the videos of that. I love those. To the top, one the bottom. Horvath gonna throw. They send 4. Out route. Caught. Eli once again is 6th of the day. Out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Forced out by Hammonds. The pick earlier in the third quarter. Back-to-back completion. So Air Force's offense is darn good. That's the other thing, too. Air Force can throw the ball. Air Force is a darn good offensive team. Pass this for Navy. 12. One at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Horvath floats it up, and that is intercepted. Picked off. Touchback. Hammonds. Good night. Had 1 pick in his collegiate career. Before this game, has 2 today. And North Texas will take over. Horvath, his 5th pick of the season, was looking deep for Eli. Got it the first 2 times, with the 3rd time not the charm. Horvath, just the 2nd time this season. He's thrown multiple picks in a game, threw multiple against Tulsa. For Horvath, who went 3 straight games all of October, did not throw a single interception. He's got 2 here tonight. There's 4:06 left. Well, it's too late to hidey. We're not hiding. It's time-wise, too. It's too late to hidey. We've reached the, like, if it's past like that. I don't know why they went back to using Amazon games. I hate that. I think it's to get rid of bots. Because, like, when a bot comes in and says, like, look at this website versus just their username, it's like, Zico QRNX, yeah. Problem is that YouTube might not be at fault here. That's the problem. YouTube might not be at fault. Air Force of the 2. If I'm Army, I'm taking timeouts. Because ESPN, we know they've got all the leverage. And ESPN, they have the standalone app. They're getting people to cancel YouTube TV and buy their app, where they get all the money. Yeah, Loxley should be fired either way. So ball the 2 for... Even though the ball this many times, how surprised am I? Not very. Horvath can throw. I mean, we saw in the Air Force game he threw a lot. If I'm Army, I'm taking timeouts with a running clock. But it's not going to matter because Air Force... Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy. Streamers volume today? Oh, it's very high. Sports Surge, Mets streams, Crack streams. They're all doing numbers today. Musical, here we come. So Stream East was dead, they got brought back. So you can it's like a Hydra. You kill the head and then another head, like there's still like 10,000 heads. Because they can never get the source. Why is Air Force playing an early game today? Because they get the TV money from CBS. Miami 45-yard field goal attempt. Good. They're up by 3. I've seen worse. I saw USC play ASU at 9 in the morning. In LA. Remember 2020? USC played a game against Arizona State at 9 o'clock in the morning. So ball the 20 here. Handoff here goes to Hawkins. And he will get 7. Before he's taken down by Griffin Willis. And Navy will burn their first timeout. Well, 11 a.m. is not unusual. Central Time, they'll do games at 11 all the time. For a Mountain team or Pacific team to do it, that's a bit odd. But Central, they play all the time. I mean, Ohio, look at Ohio State. Wait, is Ohio State Central? They're Eastern. Not bad. Like, they'll do that before. Actually, I don't take a timeout. I'm going to get neutral zone or offside on Willis. I think that was intentional. Save a timeout that way. I think that was intentional offside. Even he's a big-time bear today. 4-6 fantasy points. Yeah, that's a lot of points. Yeah, 10 o'clock local. Yeah, USC played Colorado, 10 o'clock local. Colorado did that. Didn't they do that during the prime of Dion Rado? Gonna call... A sweep here. Hawkins gets down to the 37. And now Navy takes their first timeout. What kind of gambling card would I have to have for the NBA to fold? To fold? I think if every owner was in on it, it'd be banned. If everyone was in on it. Think over with respect to any membership will get home if Air Force wins regulation. All right. We'll see. Go down and score on Texas. They need to bust up a big run. Because obviously they're not going to throw the ball the rest of the way. The Orange Bowl at 10 o'clock local. Seems like it's always been a night game. Yeah. Oh, the Orange Bowl, yeah. The Orange Bowl, yeah. It usually is a night game. It is going to be a bit odd. Be very odd, actually. It always is a night game. Or at least, like, mid-afternoon. Second and 4, 2 at the top, 1 bomb back to his left. Handoff, nothing doing. That's a loss of 2. Willis once again on the stop. Helped out by Luke Paris, the senior linebacker. Navy will take their second timeout. Want to pro basketball team in Louisville? Well, they should put a team in Louisville anyways. Right, Jones hit from 16 warmers for Army. They just show the footage of that. 3rd and 6. then we're going to go live for the Florida-Georgia game. About 40 minutes time. Yeah, I said they were going to run away with it in the second half, and they have. Right now you go for it, yeah. 4 minutes to go for it there. 3rd and 6. College officials, you just never know. Greenberg, you never know. Well, Clemson up 45-38 on Duke with 9:48 to go. That's a crazy game over there. 3rd and 6. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Navy jumped. Free play. And it's caught. The 45 stays in bounds to the 40. Down to 37 goes the tight end. Trey Williams. There in plus territory. It was a free play. And Mestamaker has not had to do a lot today, but takes advantage of that. Gaff by Navy. Yeah, Southern Marvel Team helmets. They look pretty cool. You know, they look all right. So free play there. And Mestamaker makes them pay. If they lose Navy season over, it's going to be tough. They have to win the American. The problem is that you got Memphis, South Florida, Notre Dame. So we're not making it as an at-large. West Virginia's going to do it. Holy cow. Clock is running. Navy not taking their final timeout. 2 at the bottom, back to his left. Hand off to the side. And that's Sibley. He'll get down to the 35. Now someone's asking about Sibley. There he is. He gets 2. Louisville has a UFL team, first 40 NBA team, but that should be a start, yeah. That should show they can do pro sports. So you figure here, Navy, no timeouts left. 2nd down, run the ball, take it down to the 2-minute timeout. 3rd down. You run it again. Take it down, 155, then down to 115. The crew still got it wrong. I mean, targeting... I don't think anyone knows at this point what targeting is. I mean, we saw ASU Texas. That was targeting last year in the Peach Bowl. And yet that wasn't called. Nothing makes sense. Let's go down to Army field goal. Yep. They center it. Paulie is... Marco Mira won the Pebble Beach Pro at -20 with the greatest scorecard of all time according to the kids these days. So 2nd down, best case for Navy, they get it back down by 14 with like 1:05 to go. 1 first down ends it. Yeah. I don't think the referees even know what targeting is. It's like a balk in baseball. It's like, you just can't be doing that. Can't be doing that balk. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Hand off to the side, 1st down. Smartly slides to the 25. Hawkins. Nice presence of mind to slide down once he got the first. He's got 200 yards of rushing. They'll take it down. And just going to be 3 kneel downs at this point. It'll be 31-17, your final score. North Texas goes to 8-1. 4-1 in conference play. Navy, one of the last unbeaten teams left. They will go down for the first time all season. And does not get any easier for them. Navy next game against Notre Dame. Followed by games against Memphis, South Florida. And obviously the big one against Army. But they play 2 ranked teams plus USF. I didn't see the Vandy touchdown just yet. I'm assuming it was a certain number in the 60s range. So Navy going to lose their first of the season. North Texas, a great offensive showing. 31 points. It was their lowest output of the season, but didn't feel like it. A lot of it was just killing the clock at the very end. They run for 187, pass for 234. Run for well over that, I should say. Hawkins, his best game of the year. 4 touchdowns. Scored all 4 touchdowns for North Texas today. And for the Mean Green, you get UAB, Rice, Temple. Those are your next 3. And if you look at the standings, I mean, it's not bad in terms of quality of opponent. UAB 1-3 in conference play. Rice 1-4. Temple, they're having a surprisingly good season. 3-1 this year. They've won 2 straight, but that's a doable schedule. You get Temple at home. So you do get your next 2 games on the road against teams below 500, and then Temple at home. You win those games, you probably go into the American Championship, and you got a good shot at the playoff. Everything's in front of North Texas for them. They're going to be 8-1. They'll get some votes. Everything is in front of the Mean Green as they go forward. There'll just be 3 kneel downs to end it, so we're going to call it here. If you want to join me for Florida, Georgia, click that link above. We're going to start that stream in about 35 minutes' time. I appreciate you guys a ton. Thanks for tuning in. Final score, North Texas 31, Navy 17. I will see you guys in half an hour for Florida, Georgia. Take care. See you soon. The Mean Green give Navy their first loss of the season. See you guys in just a bit.